All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's. Normally, it's Warrior Tuesdays, but today we are going to start on our journey, on our 0 to 60 journey. For those of you who watched last, like 2 weeks ago, we made a tier list going over the difficulty for each of the heroes, and we're going to work our way from 0 to 60, starting today with FAI. And yeah, we're going to just give some people a little bit of time to filter in, but we're going to be starting that shortly. Damien is going to be helping me. He's going to be my coach. We also have a member of the community here to help test with us, Swiffer. And yeah, we'll get that going shortly. But today they also released some information about Super Slam, the fall set for Flesh and Blood. Now, I know Nathan is going to do a full stream on this tomorrow, so I'm not going to steal his thunder. I'm going to go really, really briefly over, very, very first impressions. So, all right. So, Super Slam. If you guys are watching the stream, you probably have already seen this trailer. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool trailer. Now, got 2 new talents, which is pretty cool. We got, it's going to be a Guardian Brute set. I'm a little bit disappointed that Warrior is not returning in Heavy Hitters 2, Electric Boogaloo, but it is what it is. We did have Warrior in a recent set in the Hunted, so I can sort of understand that. But yeah, we got Revered and Reviled heroes. Now, gonna have I almost said Warrior. Gonna have a Brute and a Guardian for each of these. They look kind of cool. We got something with 5 intellect, something with 3 intellect. So it's cool that they're exploring this. Yeah, I don't want to go over too much because I'm sure Nathan will have a lot to say about this. But yeah, gonna have a world premiere in Montreal. So that is not too far. It's not close either for me, but I'll probably try to go to this. But no guarantees here. Early September should be okay. But yeah, we got it's going to be obviously a sealed calling with a booster draft day 2. Very similar to Tampa, I guess. So Rosetta World Premiere was in Tampa, and then we had Prague for Hunted, Taipei for High Seas. So yeah, they similar to Worlds, they rotate where the world premiere is at. So this time it's going to be in North America. So yeah, got some cool stuff. Some nice, promos and swag and stuff like that. Some of these, the Marvel charms, these are actually kind of interesting because like the art actually has like a giant ass word in it. So sure, this playmat also pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. They're gonna have pre-release kits as well. That's something of if you guys are from played in Magic the Gathering, sometimes they always had these. Sometimes they were even themed, like you would pick it and it would be guaranteed to have like especially during the guilds era, you could like pick a specific guild and you'd be guaranteed like a rare from that guild. So cool. They have a new armory deck as well. So yeah, the sales sheet, lots of little tidbits in here. I don't want to go over too much, but yeah, super rares are coming back. This is basically to help balance the limited format. Something that you might have noticed with the last limited format in High Seas is that sometimes if you opened a lot of High Seas and then you like looked at a specific common, you would see that there's a lot of the red, very few of the yellow, and a moderate amount of the blue. And they basically fine-tuned it so that you are way less likely to get a yellow, for example, golden tipple, than a blue or red one. So super rares coming back. That's good. There are some Majestics that are absolutely bonkers and sealed in, and like Miragai, the Florian one as well was also very ridiculous. Yeah. Going back to a more simplified language structure. I think the German and Spanish ones weren't selling well, or those regions just preferred having the English ones. So we're going back to just English, French, and Japanese, I believe. Yep. So yeah. Of note, there is I guess we'll probably see this later, but there's a lot of expansion slot cards, which is going to be pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of people are going to enjoy that. Pre-release. It's actually interesting because now that they have pre-release kits, it's like, I mean, this is basically a third of a box, and this costs about a third of a box. So, yeah, we'll see it. We'll see how this goes. I think this is like, they're always experimenting at LSS with things, so we'll see how that goes. Rockstar, like I said, gonna have a armory deck, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure you guys have had your nets, but there's still one more week of nets. So if you are going to be around this weekend, Nathan and I will be casting the Hong Kong Nationals. This is something that we've done 3 or 4 times at this point. We've also casted some of the Battle Hardens and PTI events for Hong Kong, so that should be good fun. It's going to be a 2-day event. I think they have 96 players there. Now, that's not the largest nats in the world, obviously, but the concentration of players, high-level players in Hong Kong is extremely high. If I had to go, like, which country had, like, per capita the most tier 4 top 8s, I think it's actually Hong Kong. So, yeah. All right. Well, in Discord chat with me right now, I have Mr. Damien Riggins, who had his very first stream yesterday. Damien, how are you doing?
Doing good.
You're doing good, Damien?
Yeah.
Did you just unmute yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, for those of you who watched yesterday's stream, he had a little bit of a rough start, but we got there. And I've been charging all the tech this time, so we're gonna be good. Damien, last time let me move over here. All right, so last time we streamed together, which I believe was 2 or 3 weeks ago, we made this tier list, and well, we're going to start with FAI today. The IRA Armory deck comes out in about 10 days. So in about 2 weeks, we'll do the IRA episode. Assuming, of course, that I passed today's test. So that'll be, we have a whole system for that. Damien, why don't you explain a little bit how this 0 to 60, evaluation is going to go for everybody at home?
All right. So over here in the background, which I'm not going to show Josh, I have a checklist that he has to get. It's got various things on it that he'll need to do in order for me to say that he can move on to the next hero. He has to get 6 things on this checklist for him to be able to move on to the next hero. Currently, we're at the easy heroes. Checklist isn't that hard. Once we start getting to the harder ones, he's definitely going to struggle.
All right. The I anticipate that I think I said somewhere around Puffin I would start having a lot of issues, and just looking up here, like these heroes are all really daunting. Just for some context, I've been playing this game for about 5 years now, but I have not played CC games of pretty much any hero other than a warrior. So literally today will be my very first FAI CC game, even though FAI is at 900 something LL points right now. Yeah, I have really not played very much other than the warriors. So that we're gonna have a little bit of a learning curve on this. Cough, cough, Nathan. Where's episode 4, Nathan? But yeah. With us as well is Swiffer. Say hi to the stream, Swiffer.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yep. For those of you who don't know who he is, like for those in chat, why don't you give a little introduction?
It is me, Swiffer. I won the Battlehard in Hartford. I've been playing for just over a year now. I previously played Legends of Runeterra, and then unfortunately Riot gutted my game, so I flocked to Flesh and Blood, and I've loved it since I've been playing.
Hey, there's a new game, in town, Riftbound. That's been pretty fun. So
Yeah, I saw. I'm interested in checking it out.
Yeah.
I don't have crazy high hopes for it, but we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. Sure. All right, so today we're going to be taking FAI through a little bit of a gauntlet. We're going to be playing against a bunch of different heroes. Let's take a look at the deck list. So, Damien, you have put together this deck list for me to play today. Give me a little bit of an introduction. Give the people at home a little bit of an introduction.
So it's a FAI deck. I basically built it in a way. Well, I wouldn't say it's like the best FAI deck out there, but I'd say it's a very good FAI deck. There's obviously some tweaks that can be made here and there, but it's just got the standard cards in it. It's got Fealty Generation, Art of the Dragon, Ignite, Lava Burst, the usual things you expect out of a FAI deck. It's just trying to play a bunch of high-value cards, get back your Phoenix Flame, swing it, trigger Shuko.
The FAI deck did have like 3 eras. So they had the era when it was just the uprising cards, and it had access to Art of War and those type of effects. There was the era when it just had the uprising cards and no Art of War effects, and this was arguably when it was the weakest. And then now it has uprising plus the hunted without the Art of War effects. So a lot of these cards did come from the hunted. A good portion of them. You mentioned, Art of the Dragon, Fire Tenant, Ignite, all the Fealty Generation cards like Oath of Loyalty as well. How should I, in general, be playing this deck?
It's an aggro deck.
It's an aggro deck.
Yeah, it's an aggro deck. So if you look at most of your cards, Josh, they don't block 3.
Yes, that is
a lot of them.
That is something I'm gonna have to get used to. Only this blocks for 3.
Yes.
This.
Basically, you're gonna look at your hand. You're gonna see if you have any access cards that block 3 that you can't use, and you could use those to block. Or you could play value with them, but it's mainly just like you like to format your hand on the table most of the time.
Okay. All right. Any other tips that you could give me? I guess maybe we could take a look at the sideboard so the main board this is played in every single matchup, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in the sideboard we have a couple defensive tools. We have some offensive tools. Salt and Tenacity as well.
Yeah. Obviously, if your opponent doesn't want to block, you bring in Salt to Wound. If they do like blocking, you bring in Tenacity. If you need to push some damage, Rake Over the Calls of Good. If you're playing against Assassins, you've got D-Reacts. Playing against Azalea or Gravy, you've got Warmonger's Diplomacy. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
It seems like
I've got the standard armor set.
Yeah, there's a choice of chest pieces. So, when would I bring in Tunic versus Furnace?
You'd bring in Tunic where you need to push more damage rather than block more damage. Like, if your opponent's less disruptive and you still need to, basically, if your opponent's trying to, block you out with most of their hand and play, small hands that aren't really disruptive but are, high value, that's where you'd play Tunic.
Okay. MOM, I presume this is just for Gravy?
Yeah.
And we got AB1. This is mainly just to have access to a little bit of Arcane Barrier. So this would be brought in against the Rune Blades and the Wizards, and yeah.
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. I presume we are bringing in Salt or Tenacity, not both?
I wouldn't play both of them. Because like your opponent, it's very rare that you hit a lot or your opponent blocks a lot in the same matchup.
Right.
So,
and these are the primary targets for this card here, Mopple.
your Mopple targets are Salt, Tenacity, and Lava Burst.
Salt, Tenacity, Lava Burst. Okay. And I guess the priority would be on tutoring for Salt or Tenacity, but sometimes you have to block with them. Sometimes you played it for some reason, so you have Lava Burst as kind of a backup, right?
You get Lava Burst more than you think you do. It takes a lot to outscale Lava Burst.
Really? Okay, so if you Mopple for Lava Burst, that's guaranteed to be 5, maybe 6 with Shuko.
Yeah, like for example, if you're under Spreading Flames, Assault the Wound's not Draconic, right? And your Lava Burst for 6, that would mean 4 things would have to hit for it to match Lava Burst. So you just gotta read the mask,
All right. And
which one's what card's gonna get more value?
Sure. Well, I like swinging my weapons. So how often am I supposed to be, swinging Searing Emberblade? In Limited,
Josh,
this was played all the time.
Let's see how many blues we're playing, Josh.
There are 15
we're playing
blues.
15 blues. I would like to say every other turn. Anytime you have a blue in your hand, you get to swing Emberblade.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have Ignite plus a Tunic counter, you could also swing Emberblade like that. There's a few ways here and there that you can do that. If you want to go over the cards individually to make sure that you know what they do.
Yeah. So I'm pretty familiar with the commons and rares because I did play Uprising and Hunted limited format. So I think we actually probably should just go over the Majestics because I think those are the ones that are a little bit more tricky. So Art of the Dragon Blood allows us to convert fealty into kind of like a Ep1 type of an effect. But it does say Draconic cards.
You cannot use this on your weapon.
Right. So I'm looking really quickly here. Demonstrate Devotion costs 1. Mounting Anger costs 1. Spreading Flames costs 1. Cinderskin Devotion costs 1, but we don't really want to play a Dragon player.
Dragon Power.
Yeah.
Dragon Power is actually something you cast fairly often because of fealty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I mean, what type of synergies am I really looking for with this card? Is it just mainly to get a Mounting Anger off?
Well, you're looking to follow it up with so behind it, you're looking for like a Brand with Cinderclaw, or you're going to Fealty Crack, and you're going to just make your cards cost less. Sometimes you don't have a blue in your hand, and you got these 1 cost, and you're just like, you can't convert them, so it's a good way to convert them.
Right. Okay, interesting. Okay, all these others are commons and rares. Ignite, this one does help discount the weapon. Also has base power 2, so that's relevant for Shuko.
Let's talk about this card for a second. You have to be real careful with this card. This card's worded in a very specific way. You say it says, when this attacks, you're an extra Draconic card you play or activate this combat chain costs 1 less to activate. So if you cast Ignite, and then you activate a fealty, that eats the Ignite trigger. So you have to cast Ignite. You have to cast Ignite and hold priority before it hits the combat chain and activate fealty if you don't want to waste this resource.
Okay. And that would make the next card Draconic. And it wouldn't the fealty would not apply to the Ignite. It would apply to the next card because you've already played the Ignite. Right. But it hasn't resolved.
That's correct.
Okay.
This card, keep in mind, this card also affects your FAI hero ability. It affects Emberblade, and it affects Flamescale Furnace.
Okay. Am I going to be using Flamescale Furnace often? I can't imagine it would be.
You will not be using it often, but if it comes up, it could be important.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Like if you have to pitch a red.
Sure. The next Majestic here is Oath of Loyalty. I play Fang, so I know what this does. Is this drawback really that impactful? I mean, it's most of these things are Draconic, I guess.
if you forget about it, it will cause you pain. Because you might look at Art of the Dragon War and see how it's all red and stuff, and it's not draconic. Dragon Power is not innately draconic, and Truce is not draconic. And if you look at the sideboard, obviously CNC and these other cards, like Salt the Wound is draconic. So if you pop your mask under Oath of Loyalty, you can't cast your Salt the Wound if you grab that.
Unless I have a fealty around.
Unless you have a fealty, yes. So you don't want to cast Oath of Loyalty and then mask for Salt the Wound unless you have a way to make it draconic.
Right. Got it. Okay, this is one of the cards that I think is going to be potentially a little bit tricky to use. Spreading Flames. This one is the one that scales the most off of your hand size. So this is a card that could potentially be difficult to resolve against like a disruptive deck, but it's going to be a ton of damage against other decks.
Quite a good card.
Mm-hmm. Is this kind of when? So I'm looking at my boots, Dragon Scaler, Flight Path. Is that mainly going to be used in conjunction with Spreading Flames to get that little bit of extra damage, or is it just whenever I have the extra resource, just go for it?
It's going to be on a turn where it's very convenient to boots, and you're going to try to get more than 3 value out of it. But I could tell you a couple play lines with it. Like if you have an Ignite, your Ember Blade only costs 1.
Mm-hmm.
And you could activate boots there if you have like a yellow, which I don't think our deck plays any yellows.
There's no yellows except the Salt and Tenacity.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So that won't come up. But yes, if you have extra blue cards in your hand on a Spreading Flame turn, it does convert to a Sword Swing vast majority of the time.
Okay. Last Majestic here is Truce. Play this on turn 0, I presume. That's it?
You play this on turn 0. Also, let's say that you're about to arsenal like a Rake Over the Coals or a Spreading Flames. If you cast a Truce and your arsenal is Spreading Flames, the turn can get real nasty, as you know, because Spreading Flames scales per card.
Right.
And if your opponent attacks you, you're playing a Spreading Flames turn with 6 cards, and a mask with pouncing links. That could be like an incredible amount of damage.
Sure. The other card I wanted to ask is Rake Over the Coals. So you said this is brought in when we meet to be more. We just need higher damage density.
Yes.
So
it's going to be Earth.
So against the Earth heroes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you can also bring it in against it not blocking is like we say that FAI doesn't block, but you do have to block cards that say if you don't block them, you're gonna like lose the game. So it not blocking is sometimes detrimental.
Okay, sure. Okay, one final question is, generally we want to go second, but is this like a deck that's like okay going first? This is more like whether the opponent wants to go first or second that matters more to us.
I mean, FAI is an expert at leaking a little bit of damage on turn 0 because who's going to block the Phoenix Flame, right?
Right.
If you block the Phoenix Flame, you could get like blown out by like a number of cards.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I think we are good to go. So, Swiffer, did you make a game yet? Let me see. Yeah. Please send the link now.
The first deck he's going to be playing against is Binset,
which I'm sure is going to be very, very different than how I approach this as a warrior, because how a warrior generally approaches that matchup is you poke them until they try to set up. But they try to set up, you poke them. They don't set up, you just block and AB things. And, gets out of control.
So for today's stream, he's going to play 2 unfavored matchups, 2 favored matchups, and 1 very favored matchup.
We'll see how that goes. All right, so okay, so now I need to server deafen Swiffer until the end of the. Oh, he already deafened himself. Okay, I guess. Sure. I mean, that works. Okay. I guess we don't need to do that. Okay, so All right, so starting off, I think this is a matchup where we definitely want our AB, because sometimes A being the Vincent rune chance is actually very relevant, plus can create situations at the end of the game that are good for us. Which chest do you think is gonna be better here? Is this
So I
more
think
of
it's gonna be
a
better here. So we're going second. If we were going first, I would say that Tunic could be better.
Mhm.
But I do think that Furnace is very good because you could get succumb to temptation, and you might want to block, with some armor and some cards.
okay?
Yep. So in this matchup, what do you think we're bringing in? What do you think's good against Vincent?
All right, so we have 55 cards. We need to add some. I presume we don't want any of the D reacts because we need to be fairly aggressive. I'm kind of looking at this from the perspective of Aurora. I remember Aurora against Vincent was not very good for Aurora because Vincent just had a bunch of damage. So I'm trying to think about what did Aurora side in those matchups. I presume that they will be blocking some. See, Vincent's kind of weird because they do like to block, but sometimes they like to keep their hand. So I'm actually not sure whether it should be Salt or Tenacity. It's actually interesting.
Then why don't you could play one of both if you wanted, if you were unsure.
Yeah, I'm
And then you
unsure.
could find out after a couple of games, you could or
Yeah.
a game or two, you could find
Sure.
out. You could see how they want to.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
other card do you think you're bringing in? You got 3 more cards.
Well, I think CNC is generally a good card, but Vincent. I mean, they don't arsenal often, but yeah,
What does Vincent do a lot of?
make rune chance. So and play non-attack actions.
Yeah, we should bring in Warmonger's Diplomacy.
Yeah, add in a few more. Yep. Okay, so something like this, you think it would be okay?
Yeah, you could do something like this. If you wanted to keep the blue ratio the same, you could take out a blue card while adding this blue card and put in a different card if you liked any of the other ones, like CNC or Shelter or anything. But I think this is a good start if you wanted to do it like this.
Okay, sure. We'll just
You
run
do
it
need
like
to get a
this.
feel.
Yeah, so we'll add a Tenacity and Assault the Wound and 3 Warmongers. And we'll run this as our equipment suite. All right, here we go. First FAI game ever. Let's see how this goes. All right, so choose a card from your deck. Yep, we got to put our Phoenix Flame in the graveyard. Yep, that is true. All right, guys. Not every day you're going to see Josh Lau playing this, but All right, Malefic. That resolves. All right, so something I'm noticing, we're having the option to put a Phoenix Flame into our hand. But obviously that counts towards our intellect, so I don't think we'll do that, right? All right.
No.
All right, so start of our turn. Let's see. Well, I'm thinking we're just going to go with Ignite, Emberblade, send another head jab, get our Phoenix Flame back, send it at him, maybe Arsenal this Ignite for next turn. So let's just start off by doing this. Okay, so Ignite's going to discount our blade, so we only have to pay 1 for that. So actually we're going to have quite a few extra resources. There's no way to get the Ignite bonus twice, right? Because this one would consume the other one. Yeah.
That is correct.
All right. Well, it is what it is. All right. So we're basically converting our Warmongers into a swing, or we could play the Warmongers as well. That's actually interesting. Are you a fan of playing the Warmongers or using it for the Emberblade damage? The more I think about it, playing it is actually probably better, right?
He has 5 cards. He has a card and bench. It's kind of scary. I think so you've already played the turn differently than I would have played it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have started with the Rising Resentment, played the
Mm-hmm.
Ignite. The Ignite discounts the FAI ability. You get back to Flame. You play it. It triggers Shuko, and then you can Warmongers him.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Right. I see. All right, we'll just stick with my original plan of just swinging the blade. Because that was the first line I
That's fine.
saw. Even though, now that you mentioned it, that does sound like a better line. We'll just set the ignite up for the next turn. All right, misplay count already at 1, guys. All right, so let's just play this out. So now we have 3 draconic chain links, so this costs 0. Okay, so we can get this. Okay, getting the Shuko buff, so that's nice. And then we can put Ignite into the arsenal. Okay. Let's see what he does. So he banished Widespread Ruin, played Shadow Puppetry. Okay. And is going to launch this at us. Okay, so let's think about our turn here. So we have... I mean, everything costs 0, and we can end with the Tenacity. That seems pretty good. Yeah, so we could go Brand, Rising, Blaze, make a Phoenix Flame, and then send the Tenacity. And we could keep the Ignite for later if we need to. Okay, so he's going to be able to banish probably 2 cards because Shadow Puppetry and Widespread Ruin. So, all right. So I think we just keep our hand and say no blocks.
I mean, we don't have much of a choice. You're going to tell Black Knight the hand it blocks for not 7.
Yeah.
Really. Just,
Yep.
So not worth it to block 7.
Yep. So he got a Widespread Annihilation. Ooh, that's
if he has a Rebel, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yep. All right, let's... Still has 1 card in hand. Looks like he's just going to pass. All right. So okay. I don't
preserving
think
the rune chance.
Yeah, preserving the rune chance. So I don't think it matters the order that we play this in. The main thing is just playing the 3 Draconic cards out, Phoenix Flaming, and then Tenacity. So I guess technically this is an on-hit, so maybe we can get him to block so that Tenacity is a little bit higher power.
Josh, can you read the card you just cast? It has to have less than the current chain links.
Ah.
So you can't banish a 1 call.
Yes. Yes.
Link.
Yes. Good old, from Uprising. Yep. You're right. Okay.
If you wanted to pretend it had an on-hit in the second card you played.
Yeah, it should have been the second card we played. Yes, you're right. Misplay count number 2. All right. So now we can play Brand or Blaze Headlong. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just play this one. Sure.
Technically, sequencing says you're supposed to play the Blaze Headlong before this.
Yeah.
It's because there's not many things to face Purgatory in your deck, period. So if you Blaze Headlong here, I doubt
it's one extra damage, right? I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the highest thing in FAI's deck to face Purgatory is 4 if it's not a literal chain ender.
Right. Okay, so it looks like
Flame's turn.
It looks like he's not blocking anymore. So that means Tenacity is only blocking for it's only attacking for 3, so we should probably just send the Emberblade. Because he keeps it in the deck, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so unless he blocks the Phoenix Flame, which I highly doubt he's going to.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay, so he did
Phoenix
it.
Flame.
Yeah. Technically, this is 1 extra damage because of the Shuko. But then we won't have Tenacity in our deck anymore. I'm not sure which one is better. I guess having
this is you're racing.
Yeah.
So I would just cast it, to be honest.
Yeah, get that 1 extra damage. It's gonna get the Shuko buff. Okay. We don't have go again, so we wouldn't blow it there. Are we ever blowing Tide Flippers? We might, right? Is there any 2 power?
It would be.
Technically, we could have.
Wound.
Yeah, technically, we could have gone there as well. Yeah,
that would have been terrible.
It would have been terrible. Yes.
It would have been as bad as you make it sound, because it would still be
grab Lava Burst for
6 damage.
Yeah,
it would grab Salt to Wound.
Okay. All right, we drew Mounting Angers, which are cards that cost resources. All right, he banished Widespread Destruction, which. So maybe we should have emptied our arsenal out, because we're very likely to lose our arsenal this turn. So Machinations, I presume he's gonna. Has he paid a life for it?
Well,
it's not a shadow card. It's not
first
shadow.
off.
Yep.
And second of all, destruction costs 3, and he has 2 rune chance. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, he's breaking Quillhand, though.
Now he has 4.
Oh, and he has access to this as well.
It's the Annihilation.
Okay.
All right, what do you think we're doing here? Do you know what that card does?
Yes, it banishes from our hand. So if the rune chants are not... I kind of feel like maybe we should... Well, these things cost 1 is the issue. But we could pitch, in theory, to prevent some of these. This doesn't have go again, right? He's empty.
It does have go again.
Oh, it does? Oh, yep, from this, yes. It also has overpower.
It's got overpower, too.
Okay, so if any of this touches us, we get hurt. And so he's going to have 2 rune... He has 2 rune chance at the moment? I can't see this one. I presume.
It is 4 rune chance.
He has 2, right? Because 2 Malefics.
He will have 2 on the back end.
Right.
It's got go again, so...
Yeah.
What do you think's happening after this?
I mean, the Deathly Delight is coming.
Yeah. No.
I don't think we can stop this. I don't think we can. I don't think we can stop this.
Oh, well, no. I mean, there is a way to stop it.
But should we? Is the question.
Should we? Well, let's put it this way. You can AV4 with the 2 blues.
Yeah.
And then you can block 2 with Shuko, Furnace, and your 2 block, and your card doesn't go away, right?
Yep.
And he's going to send a whale. So it's kind of like you blocked with your armor it's like your armor blocked for 2 more because your Mounting Anger doesn't go away.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Part of me just kind of wants to send our hand, but I don't know if that's correct.
You want to take all of this damage, lose a card from your hand, and try to clap back?
I don't know. Do you think I should be aggressive or defensive in this position? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Well, the Annihilation card usually makes me err on the side of blocking.
Right. Okay,
because
he didn't pay to make it unpreventable as well. So
he couldn't. He didn't have a shadow card.
Yeah, that too. So all right, so let's play a little bit more defensive. That was my initial
Blockadation was a shadow card.
Yeah, that was my initial impression, was to play a little bit more defensive. So okay.
And to be honest, you have 2 floating, and you've got a card in hand, right? So if he just passes turn, you have this sick card called Ignite in your arsenal.
Yeah, I can just go this into this.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there also an option, a cute way of using a Phoenix Flame, discarding the Phoenix Flame to this? Oh, I'd have to banish it. Never mind. That would have been bad. Okay, so damage.
No, there wasn't.
Yep. Thinking if there was a cute way to do it, but looks like there wasn't. Should I be concerned about Face Purgatory, just in general?
It's something you should be conscious of. Don't let it completely obliterate your turn if he decides to block with it.
Okay. there might be a way to like cutely use the Phoenix Flame in that way, right? Because when this goes on the stack, I could maybe use the 5 ability to kind of get around that.
If they're gonna face Purgatory, they have to do it on the Chain Link 1.
Right.
Or it's kind of
Oh,
like
he's just
super
ending his
weird.
turn.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
he decided to pass because he just thinks we're gonna AB and block, and it's just
Yep.
not worth losing all of his rune chance to do that.
Sure.
So we're just gonna play our two
Yep.
card 6.
Yeah. It's not bad. Not bad. Unfortunately, we don't have resources to even use the FAI ability this turn, so. But we did get a little bit of value there because he blocked the 3-on-2. So. Okay. So we just send our giant head jab. This was leg tap in the original set. Okay, so he's going to take 4 there. Nope. Okay, he has reduced to rune chant, which is really good because he's going to get a 3rd rune chant, which allows him to, play out the destruction. But we don't have an arsenal, so good for us. Okay, I'm going to pass the turn over. Uh-oh. We drew 2 Oath of Loyalties. We can't play them at the same time. And we don't have any...
We drew the hand.
We drew a bad hand. This looks like an awful hand, Damien.
Yeah, we drew the hand. We drew the hand of Oath of Loyalties. Yep.
Okay, so he is sending a Deathly Wail with 4 rune chants at us. I kind of just want to block an Arsenal. Play an Oath of Loyalty, Arsenal the other one.
All right. Let me. So he's throwing a Deathly Wail at you. You can do one of 2 things. You can attempt to cover up all of it, which is a decision.
Mm-hmm.
You can AB3 block 6, or you could AB3 block 3. If you decide to AB3 block 3, you get blown out by Succumb to Temptation.
Yeah, I'm thinking about blocking 6 here and AB3, and maybe not even send an Oath of Loyalty. Well, it depends. He still has this, so I probably just send the Oath of Loyalty. But yeah.
What card do you think you're arsenaling?
The Oath of Loyalty. Well, yeah, we don't have any fealty, so this seems useless. So let's just go like this.
Keep in mind that we have Brand with Cinder Claws in our deck.
Yes, that is true. And we've seen 1. So, all right, so this rune chant's going to hit us.
Yeah, there's nothing we do about it.
Yeah. And then, so you would arsenal the Art of the Dragon Blood?
No. I'm just saying that there are options.
Yeah, okay. There are options here. Yeah.
There are options. Wait, personally, if we hadn't drawn 2 Mounting Anger in the last hand, I might not be against it. Cull?
We culled us.
So we lose the card in our hand.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So he could send more damage, but he's not going to. All right, we're just going to end. He took 3 Blood Debt there.
Yes, it's 15 to 30.
Yep.
We're doing pretty good.
Okay.
What do you think about this hand?
Well, I'd like to have an arsenal for the Spreading Flames, but I mean, this hand can play everything out because it has a blue. So, I mean, we could go Spreading Flames, Sword. Well, their base is less than the number of Draconic Chain Links. I don't think we can only... There's no way to get the Phoenix Flame back in a quick manner because it costs more. So I think we could get a little bit of value if we use the Mopple on this. So we'll see if we'll see how disruptive his turn is, because I think we can use our whole hand here decently. All right, so
how much value do you personally think you can get out of the Spreading Flames?
I think the Phoenix Flame can trigger, and the Display Loyalty probably can trigger as well. and then the Mopple could trigger. If I grab...
Is that
it? Yes, I think. Well, I don't have to play Spreading Flames first, actually. That's interesting. Well, I kind of do. Yeah, I actually have to play this first, right? Because this is conditional, this is conditional. Right? am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy.
Okay, yeah, I have to play this first. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is unpreventable. We can't block it. We need our blue to play our turn, so we're not blocking.
Yes, this is we need our blue to play our turn, succumb to temptation.
Yep.
This would be really bad. Nothing we could do about it, though.
Yeah. All right. We'll see if he uses his creepers here. Looks like no. Okay. Damage.
We didn't get succumbed.
We didn't get succumbed, but creepers.
We are getting creepers.
Yeah. Shadow puppetry.
Shadow puppetry.
Okay.
That was a deathly whale. So he's gonna break the chain and play something.
Yep. So a bunch more damage coming in. Okay. Eulogy. Oh, sorry. Oh, he has 2 blood debt in here. Okay. So he's having some trouble clearing all the blood debt, it seems like. So okay, so we're gonna I guess we're just gonna take this. All right, so I'm looking to use Mopple this turn. So let's see if we can do this correctly. All right. So I think we just take all this damage. Yeah.
Do we take it all?
All right. Do we? I think we do. These all block too. We need our blue. What can we do?
I agree with it so far.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't want to flail. If they flailed, I would have considered Flame Scale harnessing it.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so we have to Spreading Flames first, so let's just go ahead and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is never going to get a buff from Spreading Flames unless this is Chainlink 5, which is not happening. So we can just play the Blaze Headlong next.
Is that the correct sequencing?
I mean, the sword and this have base 3, so these can both trigger on Chainlink 4.
You should be mindful of Face Purgatory.
Right. So
you put the bigger attack on the chain link that you can activate FAI.
Put the bigger attack on the chain link that you can activate FAI.
Oh, I guess I could just perk here. That's fine. So like if you went another head jab, it's still weird to purgatory there, and then you could swing. You could play the blaze there and it's chain link 3. If they perk you, you can get back to face flame and just discard it to face purgatory. But we might just be getting face purgatory here. So
I mean, is he really going to block 7 or 8 on 3?
Yes,
he would. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. It's so on a Spreading Flames turn, it's usually this is where you purg most of the time, every time.
Okay, so I should have kind of expected them kind of like Kabutoing on the Spreading Flames turn. Okay, so
yeah,
which one should I get rid of? I mean, I think it's the same because I mean this Blaze Headlong is 1 extra damage, but Display Loyalty probably can trigger this turn off the Spreading Flames.
Can it?
Has
because now you don't have you're losing it. You're losing a chain link.
Right. Okay. So we should just keep the Blaze Headlong then. Okay. So let's get rid of the Display Loyalty. Although we get a fealty token, that might be. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is just more damage. We'll just stick with the play that gives us more damage. Okay. So this resolves. Okay. So now we can go either one of these. So Tenacity is going to be good here because he blocked with 3 cards.
Well, you played it
Oh,
already.
oh, I already played it. Fuck. Okay, well, Lava Burst will be good because it'll get the benefit from the spreading flames. Okay, so I'm thinking whether to use the sword. I guess it doesn't matter. I think it literally doesn't matter, but yeah, it's the same damage.
Hiding information.
Yeah,
Hiding information is the only thing that matters.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. This is where I wish I had a second tenacity.
I mean, they're just gonna try to deny our Master the Pouncing Links, I think.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough because he's gonna have to give us Tunic if he.
They would give us Creepers before Tunic.
Oh, this doesn't have a -1 counter on it. It has a bind counter on it. Right. So we can Blaze Headlong into Phoenix Flame, so he has to block both of these to not get Spreading Flames boosted Lava Burst. Got him down to 2 cards. He has 2 Blood Debt, so yeah. All right, looks like he's gonna let it hit, so we should Mopple here. So let's Mopple. Where? Right here. Okay, we'll grab Lava Burst. Okay, then we can FAI. And then this will get a bonus from the Spreading Flames. It would be nice if we had the Shuko because we'd get another one, but it is what it is.
Pouncing Links, so good.
Yep.
It's like Storm Striders.
Yeah, it's like
I guess that means we're
an extra half a turn of damage. Okay, so we got the damage there. And then burst, this comes in for 6.
This is like lethal with quotation marks because of his Blood Debt.
Right. So he has to give us I mean, yeah, he probably has to give us both of these because I don't think he can clear 2. He has to clear 3 actually because of his hand. Or because of his hero
ability. It'd be
ability.
pretty difficult to clear 2.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very, very difficult. We'll get to Vincent in like episode 30 eventually.
Oh, it's going to be forever.
All right, so we just end our turn. Okay. So these two work together. This powers our sword if we want it to, so we have an extra blue. All right, so can he swing this? Yep,
Yes.
only has 1, so yeah. Okay, so our turn is Fire Strike, Tenant, Sword, Blaze Headlong, Phoenix Flame. So we'll take the Rune Chant. Block with this. Is there any consideration to using this now, or
no? I mean
we
you
still
could
have
use
10
it
life,
now,
right?
but it doesn't do anything. Like, you're not stopping an on-hit. He's
Right.
already dealt us an arcane damage to make it Eloquent Eulogy.
Yeah.
I mean, an Eloquence token.
Yeah, in general, we want to hold our armor for things that actually matter. All right, this hand can only be played in one way, so we will play it.
That is not true. Played in 2 ways.
It could you could play it in a bad way.
No. You have 2 ways. So you
Yeah.
can put the breakpoint on the Ember Blade, or you can put the breakpoint on the Blaze Headlong. So the Blaze Headlong could be 5 or 4.
Right.
It could be 4 and 4, or it could be 3 and 5.
Yep.
Whichever you think is better.
That's actually interesting. I think 4 and 4 is just strictly better, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, 4 and 4 is just strictly better, unless he has a shelter. Okay.
Oh wait, well, you actually can't really do that. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you need to play that card's not draconic. Oh,
The next draconic attack is this one.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. The Everblade doesn't have go again. That card you played is not draconic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would have been very bad.
Yeah.
Oh
I figured it out.
no.
It's got a lot of flames on it.
Oh no. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I had to think about it for a second. I had to think about it for a second.
That could have been very bad, guys. Don't go fire tenant into Emberblade. That is not how to do it. Okay, so I think we're actually gonna get him. I mean, I think he's dead here because even if he has a 3
He
block,
should be dead here.
the Phoenix Flame, he has to block with this, and then he'll die to his Blood Debt. So I think we got this. Okay, and he only has a 2 block, so I think we're good here. And he says,
I should put him to 1 and he's Fire Tenant Strike should have been a draconic card.
Yeah, Fire Strike Tenant is not a draconic card, guys. All right, good game, good game.
Should have been.
Okay, so he is still muted. Unmute on Discord. All right, well, hello. First of all, sorry for taking 20 out of 28 minutes. I'm sorry that I played.
Oh, that happened.
Yeah,
You're good.
I took a lot of the time here because I was like trying to talk through my possible lines, and Damien was telling me that there are actually 2 ways to play this hand instead of just 1. Yeah, thank you for the game. So Damien and Swifter, you guys got any thoughts on the game?
I mean, our side was fine. I think that
I think I agreed on my side a few times.
I think he got a bit too complacent holding his Blood Debt, and because the thing is with Vincent is when you start blocking, the Vincents start like getting a little scared because they start going, well, this is bad. I didn't expect the 5 player to block so well. And then you could actually, depending on how many 3 blocks or defense reactions a 5 player has in their list, you could be getting fatigued as the Vincent in this matchup.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I think on the very first turn I did play something like incorrectly in terms of sequencing. Other than that, was there any other sequencing issues or strategy tactics issues that you saw?
No, I think everything was good from what I saw.
Yeah, we thought Mask had a good time. There was like an argument to get hit by the Annihilation, but I feel like that would have led to some pretty bad stuff.
Yeah, I would have kept hitting you, I think, if you had taken that Annihilation.
I think when he stopped afterwards, I think that was a turning point for us because we had 2 floating and a card in hand. We might as well not attack. He's only leaking 2.
Yeah, it's like not worth it.
Losing all of his setup, he'd have to time walk himself if he doesn't draw the right hand.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I kind of got the hang of it a little bit. We almost made a misplay as well with the Fire Tenant Strike first.
If his hand was at the start of the game had like 3 non-attacks in it, and you didn't make that Warmonger play, that would have been a pretty bad misplay. To be fair.
Yeah. On my first turn, I had the option of like playing Warmongers out or not, and I didn't play it out. But Warmongers good against Room Blades. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And one thing I learned from that game is when I play Spreading Flames against a face perk deck, that's kind of like their green light to use it.
There's like not much I'm gonna face perk you on. It's basically just Spreading Flames, and like if you're ever gonna Lava Burst me with a card in your hand, I'm definitely doing it there. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, let's play another game and figure this out. Hopefully, I won't.
You want to run it back on Vincent?
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 of each hero.
Sure. Let's do that. So you can send me the link there. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in 1 minute. So chat, we will be back in about a minute. All right, welcome back, guys. We're going to move into game 2 now. Keep in mind that Damien has a checklist, and he's going to be furiously checking off things. Damien, you said there are like 10 things on your checklist, right? And I got to get 6 of them?
There's a bit more. I made it more lenient for the first hero.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a bit more than 10 for this one, but we will slowly adjust it back to 10.
Okay, sure. Could you please send me another Talishar link, Swifter?
Yeah.
You won't know if you pass or fail until the end of the stream.
Yeah, this is kind of reminding me of like school all over again. You take the test,
Yeah,
and then they have to grade
I'll show you the
it
report card.
or send it in. Yeah, you don't even know if you passed or not, you know? Oh boy. All right, so we got game number 2 coming up very quickly here. Running back the same list. All right, let's switch over there. All right, so Damien, I did like the setup again of.
Do you want to go first this time, or do you want me to go first again?
We could try it the other way around. Why not? Damien.
Sure.
Damien, you suggested I use Tunic if we're going first. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes. It's just for like Ignite. You know, there's awkward times that he had 4 rune chants and you couldn't cover all 4, but you know, if that rune chant hit, he gets like opportunities to do things like the come and call. It's mainly like the game has to go long enough for this Tunic to be worth it, and I don't think it's like worth it to play unless you're going first in this matchup. So I would definitely try it out here.
Okay, sure. That's interesting because there are very, very, very few situations where I think equipment depends on first or second, but this might be one of those really, really niche cases. All right, and I kind of want to just try it out. So let's try out the Tunic. Same other equipment there. I did like having, a couple extra blues. And again, I don't know if Salt or Tenacity is correct, so we just play both of those.
I think, Vincett's hands are so flexible, this might be one of the only matchups. She might just play one of both because they can either block a lot or they can just take it because they're going crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, well, Vincett kind of like sometimes keeps big hands, sometimes rather just block down a little bit. Sometimes they use your equipment, sometimes they don't. So just having, a little bit of both seems good. Okay, all right, so let's load this up and get going. Yep, clean 60. All right, let's go. All right, yep. All right, good luck, have fun. All right, well, turn 0 Warmonger seems real good. We can also Ronin Renegade, Swing, Flame, Warmongers. That might, and Arsenal this, that might even be better. So let's do that.
Keep in mind that attacking on turn 0 can be considered risky in a defense set because they play cards like Haunting Rendition and Reduce to Rune Chant.
Right.
So they can make stuff on your turn 0 by blocking.
Right. And the upside is I might. Oh, he's just gonna. Yeah, he's just because Phoenix Lane will come in for 1. So you're like 3/3/1. He'll probably just block 3 cards. Yeah. Okay. So I think. Yeah. Now that you mentioned those 2 cards, I think maybe we just Warmongers pass.
Yes.
And then we Arsenal. I guess the 0 cost 2 block is strictly better than this. So. All right, he chose peace. Obviously, we're going to choose war.
That means we're setting up.
Yeah, he's trying to set up a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to put the Ronin Renegade into the arsenal and go from there. Okay. So he's going to call.
I like this hand.
Ooh, okay.
Sad. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have to banish a card from our hand. Okay, so we have, I mean, we could banish this and kind of arsenal the Spreading Flames, go for a turn later.
Will you always have a blue?
Yeah. Not always. But Tunic will be up soon. So, yeah.
So you want to play a 5-card hand and invite the Purgatory, or do you just want to play the whole hand out now and avoid getting like widespread destruction?
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess because he still has Quill hand up, arseling is not a good idea. So we could
Like the
go.
Spreading Flame still gets like a
Yeah.
decent amount of value, right?
Plus, if he face Purgs now, then maybe we have more information
Future
later.
Spreading Flames.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the future Spreading Flames will be better. Plus, this is not a full power Spreading Flames, right? Because we're missing a card. So he might not even face Purg this. Because
And if he doesn't, we can just play out some high
Yeah.
value turn, you know?
Yep. So we can get 2 Spreading Flames triggers if he doesn't block.
He had a eulogy and a Cull in his starting hand. That Warbonkers saved our lives. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah. All right, so he's not blocking. Okay. All right. I think we go with the Blade and then the Phoenix Flame and then these. That way we get extra damage from these. Oh, we don't have enough resources
I can tell
for
you
that.
haven't. Yeah, I can tell you haven't done the math.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which order you do this, but you should play the card in your hand first in case you get cold.
Oh, okay. My bad. So he can cull on.
Yes, he can call. He took damage, so he can call it instant speed.
Right. If a hero has lost, yes. Okay. That is something I did not know, but now I know, and now you guys in chat know.
I think chat knows.
Chat probably knew. Wow. The downside of doing this, is we're losing 1 damage.
How are you losing 1 damage?
Because Ember Blade's not getting a buff.
Can you explain to me how we're losing 1 damage?
Because we could throw this at Chainlink 4 and then get a buff.
How do you get to Chainlink 4?
Oh, we couldn't have gotten to Chainlink. Yeah, you're right. We couldn't have gotten to Chainlink 4 because we don't have enough resources. Right. Okay. I'm fixated on getting 2 Spreading Flames triggers, but it looks like we're only going to get 1 this turn. So,
are you only going to get 1? You obviously still haven't done the math.
Oh, right. We have this in our arsenal. My bad. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. We're getting 2. Yes. My bad.
Are you getting 2?
Yes. Don't gaslight me.
Are you sure you're not getting 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Right, marks down on his notebook, on his clipboard.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Why isn't this 3? Oh, because Shuko hasn't.
You haven't played a card. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
You could trigger Shuko this turn.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about. This might be a Mopple turn. So how do I check what he... Okay, so he blocked with 1 card this turn. 2 chain links have hit. This might be a Mopple turn.
How much is the Mopple for?
How much is the Mopple for?
The Mopple?
Let me think. Let's think how much of the Mopple is for.
The Mopple has to be for at least 6 to be even worth thinking about.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to get Spreading Flames, Shuko. And then it'll be 7. If I grab Lava Burst, it's 7. If I grab Salt the Wound, 3 have hit.
It's for 5.
4. 5, 6. Yep. 6 or 7 if he doesn't block the Ronin Renegade, it's for 7. So I think 7 value seems good. So let's just mopple here, grab Lava Burst.
A warrior player would say 7 value on a piece of equipment's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like getting value out of your dynamos over a long game, but you didn't have to play a long game.
Yep. Okay, so we can Ronin Renegade. All right, so Spreading Flames, pretty good. This whole time we've been under war. I've also kind of, not that matters, but like, yeah.
There are no non-attacks in your deck.
Poor warrior could not output this amount of damage under war.
No, they could. It just takes a number of Blade Flurries.
Right. Okay, so this should be for 7. Yep, it is. Okay.
Yep. Sure.
Interesting block there. Okay.
That's fine. I think I am okay with that block.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have lost our Mopple, we have dealt some damage, and okay, let's see. We got 2 Lava Bursts. That doesn't seem good. This is not a Draconic card either, so this doesn't turn this on.
No.
Unless we make it a Draconic
That's
card.
correct.
So we can go 1 Chain Link, 2 Chain Links, grab a Flame, it's 3 Chain Links, 4 Chain Links. Okay, so we can play 1 of these Lava Bursts.
Well,
2 of these Lava Bursts.
Technically, you can play
Technically,
both
we
Lava
can play
Bursts,
2 of these Lava Bursts.
And you don't have to worry about getting Face Purgatory either, because he's already purged you.
Right. Is it worth losing our AB to play 2 Lava Bursts? Maybe.
It depends on how low your life total is and how long you think
the game will go.
That this game's going to go on.
Well, we are at 40.
There are alternative play lines. Like, if you did the Lava Burst, they do block 3. You could just AB with the blue, block Arsenal the Fire Tenant, Arsenal the Lava Burst.
Yep.
But it all depends on what he's trying to do.
Yep.
I was pretty sure this was a bad matchup going into this, but we are.
I mean, Aurora struggled against Vincent, right?
Yeah. Against Vincent's to play defensive card and stuff. But to be fair, the Vincent decks have changed since Aurora has left.
Right. Okay.
They are less consistent on like a blocking basis.
So let's talk a little bit about playing double Lava Burst. So if I play single Lava Burst, I could use 3 of our cards. The 4th card can either be played, can be arsenaled, or can be blocked with. So arsenaling it is a little bit risky because he has Quill Hand.
We haven't seen a destruction yet. It's not because of Quill Hand. It's so confusing that you say it like that. Arsenaling it is dangerous because of widespread destruction.
Right.
We haven't seen a single one of them yet.
Right. So arsenaling it feels like a slightly bad play. Playing it out means we have to use our Tide Flippers, which means we lose our Arcane Bearer, and blocking with it guarantees us 3 value. So I'm leaning towards just guaranteeing the 3 value, but we are probably ahead. So
right here we're taking 1, 2, 5, 7. We're going to 33, and he's going to 28.
Yeah. Yes.
There is like a world that you could have AB'd and blocked here, because if the Arsenal is it's already too late to block, but he could have succumbed to temptation and to play the Eulogy from his Banish Zone, and that would catch him up.
Mm-hmm.
But giving them full tempo could also catch them up. So,
are you leaning towards blocking with the Lava Burst or playing a double Lava Burst turn?
I would. Well, you're blocking for 3 with a card that could be sent for 5. So.
But
I mean, let's just see what happens here, because I don't think that you should ever block here, to be honest.
So you think there's a chance we arsenal it, a chance we play it out?
Yes.
Okay. And what determines
we need to see blocks?
You need to see the blocks. Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we pop the fealty to make this
basically. If they give every card in their hand but 1 card, I'll arsenal it. the odds they have of destruction are very low. It'd be a waste of a cool hand to do it like that. Plus, we're coming up on Tunic counter. Let's pretend that they do have the destruction. If we draw a blue, we can give Tunic and a blue that covers the 4 rune chance they make with cool hand, and then you go block 6 and it doesn't blow up your arsenal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Okay, so the next Draconic attack gets +1, which is going to be the Enderblade. It's interesting because now it's interesting because there's like multiple ways to use the card depending on what they do. That's very warrior-esque. It's like depends on what they do. That's what I depend. What I do depends on what they do, which is actually kind of interesting. I didn't even think FAI had such complexity.
He's like, I thought the deck was just a bunch of head jabs.
Yeah, I thought I can't believe I actually have to think a little bit about this deck. Oh my god.
That's crazy. Wait till we get to the other decks.
Yep.
I like how you're back tracing it to Warrior here, though. You're like, everything revolves back to Warrior.
Everything comes back. Yeah, because as Warrior, you sometimes have like an option select, right? It's like, okay, if they do this, I'll play my hand like this. If they don't block, I do this. If they block, I do this. If they overblock, I do this. And I have a plan. I have 3 or 4 plans all ready, depending on how they operate. Okay, so he is blocking down to low amount of cards.
So he blocked with a Malefic, a Mauvrin Skies, and a Revel.
Yeah.
He drew 4 non-attacks.
Yeah.
That is what that tells me. Because that hand is crazy if there's an attack in it.
Yeah.
So I do think you get to Arsenal this.
Yes, I think so as well.
You can always see, though, when they put the last card here on the combat chain. It could be a Cull or a Funeral Moon, actually.
Yeah. You called it. Okay, so we are going to Arsenal the Lava Burst. Has some nice synergy with Shuko, because we can get the Shuko value there. So, okay, so let's Arsenal the Lava Burst, go into our next turn with Tunic up. Kind of go from there. All right, so we have a blue. We have head jab, head jab, head jab, sword head jab, Phoenix Flame into this. Yeah. Okay, so.
Oh, before you do anything, do you want to pull Tunic to AB? It's like gaining 1 life.
Yeah, because we have nothing.
You aren't blocking it out.
Yeah.
You're not blocking it out unless you're giving your blue card, which is worth 3 damage.
Yeah.
So you could like deny this Eloquence token, but I don't.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But getting that 1/3 of a value here, I think is correct.
Because we're at 33. We could drag this game out if we wanted to.
Yeah. All right, so I think we're just not going to.
It also stops.
Yep.
Also, an important side note: if you AB that rune chant, you can't get Succumb to Temptation. Which means they can't rip a card from your hand.
Yep. Good point. Good point. As you guys in chat could see, Damien is very, very well versed on all the heroes. Because he's talking about lines that potentially could happen, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is a thing that could happen. All right. So we learned from game 1 that we want to play the Rising Resentment second. So let's lead with Brand. That way this has an on hit. Even though quote quote.
If you want to make it look like it really has an on hit, I'd play it on the 4th chain link.
Right. But sure, but what would that be like pretending you're
it would be like Brand into Sword into Phoenix Flame to like move the resource away to play the Rising with like none floating, so it kind of looks like you need it to hit. But it doesn't do anything. You don't have like any on hit you really care about, so it's not even worth like bluffing it. So you could just play it right here. It doesn't matter.
All right, head jab number 2. All right, he's blocking it up.
Maybe he does think it has on hit.
Yeah. Because Talishar says active on hit. Yep. Okay,
blocking with Dirge is wild.
Yeah. All right. Go for the sword now or brand. I guess
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
In this particular scenario, it's completely irrelevant.
Because he hasn't taken damage yet, it can't be called.
Well, even if you use only the Ember Blade and got it doesn't matter. You get cold on both ends, so you'd lose the card in your hand if it was the brand or the blue. After he took damage, if he wanted to call you.
I see.
I don't think this is a good spot to call. I think if he called you here, I think you're 100% okay with that anyway, because I don't think it's that great of a call.
Right. Okay. Do you react coming here instead of on a later chain link? Okay. So we've gotten a little bit of
There's
extra
no guarantee that
there is an extra chain link. Yeah, this could be Warmongers at the end, right? So for all he knows.
there's no guarantee that this is like the
Warmongers in Ninja seems really good because now I can convert. If this was Warmongers, I could have, and he didn't block, I could have played it here. Or if
that's the thing about Warmongers. The wider your hero goes, the better Warmongers is, because I'm not really scared of the hero that goes Warmongers pass. I'm worried about the hero that goes, I'm going to send 15 damage and then Warmongers you.
Right. Is grabbing the Phoenix Flame in the reaction step wrong? It should be in the resolution step, right?
Yes, you should do it when you can play it. If you give them a priority window, they could technically call it.
Yeah.
And then you lose your Phoenix Flame for the rest of the game, which would suck.
Yeah. Okay. So a little bit of a I'm always in reactions I'll go grab it. It's in damage I should go grab it. Okay.
They're gonna learn all about the reaction and resolution stuff though when we get to some Riptide.
Oh boy. Really? Okay. So that's where I'm going.
Yeah. Well, it's mainly your opponents that need to know about it the most.
Okay, we got a Mounting Anger, which is actually good with this. So we have Mounting Anger, Blaze Headlong, Sword, Phoenix Flame with Shuko. So we have an extra blue. We're never going... Our deck doesn't shuffle, and we're never going to get down there, so it really doesn't matter which one we block with.
You can always AB with it to preserve it in deck. It's the same as blocking 3.
Yeah, let's just block. Let's just preserve it in the deck.
In case this goes to fatigue.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a hand that operates, so let's just... Also, this plays around call, right? Not
this
call,
hand
succumb.
Operates very well.
Yeah.
Succumb?
Yeah.
He's learning.
Yeah. That's the whole point of this series. This is my Rocky montage, guys. Okay. All right, so we go Mounting Anger. Pitch this. Relevant on hit. Because Blaze Headlock.
It is indeed irrelevant on hit.
Yep.
We probably get reduced Arena Chance or Haunting Magician here. We haven't seen one yet.
Yep.
And if they don't have one, then wow, what a draw.
Okay, no blocks.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. No reactions.
Oh.
Ooh, Mounting Anger
Oh,
trigger.
wow.
Here we go.
Well, let's banish this Blaze Headlong.
Also interesting, I could have if I had enough chain links, I could also banish a Phoenix Flame if I grab up my hero ability. Okay, so everything is face up. I don't think it matters the order I play things.
Yes, there's nothing you could do to surprise your opponent here. Other than pass the turn and then you lose everything.
Other than pass the turn, yes. Surprise turn pass. All right, so we're gonna activate the hero in the damage step.
Yep. Well, in the resolution step.
Yeah, resolution step.
Yeah. Not in the.
Yeah, nobody has priority in the damage step. Okay, so Phoenix Flame gonna get in there. All right, so he's down to 3.
Oh, the damage. Wait, we got it backwards. We're playing off the old rulings too. We're being boomers for a second. There's no. You do it all in the damage step now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we do not have a blue, but we have Tunic up, so we can play Mounting Anger. I mean, this whole hand just... Oh. This also costs 1. Okay, so now we're in a little bit of an issue because both of these cost 1.
Your definition of an issue is very interesting.
Well, the hand is not smooth. Let's just put that way. All right.
Well,
so
it's smooth. It's smooth if you want to go on an arsenal.
it's smooth if I want to go on an arsenal. Yeah. Okay, so mounting anger is just better than spreading flames here because we can't use the sword. So mounting anger, blaze headlong, lava vein loyalty, grab a phoenix flame, play it, uses 4 cards. So I think we just take this arsenal of spreading flames is probably the best way to do it because he's not going to be able to play destruction with no quill hand, and he's going to have to give us all the cards. So I think we just take all this damage.
Tunic coming up in this game, very nice.
Yeah, it's actually cool that this was actually relevant. So
what came up earlier with the 1 ring chance, so we've technically already like extracted the value from it.
Yeah. Taking 5 here, going to 14. Good old Tunic. Tunic is the go. Oh, Creeper's in something.
Creepers.
Yeah.
This is Rebel? Yeah.
It's pretty good. Okay, so should I... Is there any point in Shuko blocking the flail?
Well, what has he done this turn? What did he just do?
Oh yeah, he'll lose his rune chance. Yeah, this has an extra line of text I forgot about. Yes.
Whenever your Vincent opponent rebels, you don't have to block the flail because it doesn't have text because they lose all the rune chance to get this turn.
Yeah. It says active on hit, but this is a scam, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so he'll get a rune chant.
Yeah,
don't believe everything Talishar tells you. So he gets it, he loses it. All right, so Tunic. Mounting anger. Now there's a difference between this game and last game is he doesn't have like a ton of blood debt. So let's go with mounting anger.
He doesn't have a lot to do.
Yep. Okay, so there's the 4 block there.
Yep.
Is sending the 4 or the 3 doesn't matter here, right?
Nope. He's got to give you most of his cards anyway. You can send the 3, but like it's just gonna give you a 3 block.
Or a 2 block.
Oh, he doesn't have 1. Oh, that's very saddening. Well, blaze that long.
Yeah. So Shuko is going to kill him here, I think.
And the Phoenix Flame forces the last card out of the hand. Yep.
Oh no, Shuko did not kill him there because that was the first.
No, the Phoenix Flame. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Phoenix Flame forces the last card.
Yeah. Okay. Oath has to go first, so Oath.
Oath is the most easy. It's the easiest card to play. It's like, oh, I have to play that one. He doesn't even want to cast Spreading Flames.
Yeah, we don't need to kill him. We'll kill him with a weapon, just like a good warrior.
Just like a good warrior.
I'll play for 3, boys. All right, good game. Again, I still took 20 minutes of the time. I'm so sorry. Oh no. All right. All right. All right.
Hello.
Again, I'm sorry. I took 20 minutes of the game time out of 26 minutes. But yeah, Okay, so that game actually Tunic came up twice in a kind of interesting manner. Like I had a hand with all reds. There was an instance where I got like a extra point of value from just A being a rune chant. Yeah, this game felt kind of different because you didn't have a lot of like blood debt gumming up your banished zone, but yeah, still pretty smooth game.
That value per turn's crazy.
Yeah, 16 almost.
15 points.
Yeah.
That feels high. Like the Mopple. We actually did some Mopple math there. We're like, okay, if we grab Lava Burst is 7. If we grab Salt the Moon, it's 6 or 7, and then all right, cool.
The salt could have been good. I thought the salt was coming in for 8 because it was if you fealty it, you get the +1, and then it was Talking
We
Shuko.
didn't have a fealty.
I thought you did from the display. Or whatever the head jabs make a fealty.
Also, grabbing salt there means that they could block preemptively to see, to reduce salt. But
Yeah.
I don't remember us having a fealty. I thought I checked. All right, what hero are you going to play next?
Ooh.
I can do Florian or Mario.
Okay. We'll run into Mario.
Oh,
Sure.
no. Oh, no. Oh,
this
God.
is going to be hard for Josh because he doesn't know anything about Mario.
I have so many bad memories about this hero. Oh, God. All right.
You're going to get... It's okay. You can't get Tarantula Toxins. Your deck doesn't block.
Yeah, that's true. I extract value by not extracting value on defense. That's a big brain play. 3 is bigger than 2.
True.
And on the cards that block for 3, generally they attack for 4.
And 4 is also bigger than 2, notably.
Yeah, exactly. All right, please send me a link. We'll get going. All right, let me get the file list. Okay. I'm going to preemptively apologize because I think I'm going to play even slower against this deck. So.
All right, what do you think?
Oh, he's already muted himself.
Play?
Oh no. Okay.
What do you think we should play armor-wise, Josh?
All right, hold on. Let me think here. Okay. I think we just load out like this.
Okay, what's our deck look like?
I mean, Tunic could also be decent, but yeah. All right, let's add some D-Reacts. And
you want Salt or Tenacity?
Think Salt. Well, Salt has it's hard to get a lot of chain links against a disruptive deck. But then Arachne generally doesn't block with all their cards, so I don't know.
Do you want to overboard in this matchup in case, you start getting hit by bonds and stuff?
Sure. Let's bring in both, because I don't know.
Or do you want to cut anything?
I mean, I thought these 50. I thought these 55 cards were playing in every matchup.
They usually do. I was just asking.
I mean, this might be a. I mean, Spreading Flames seems like a good card, even though he's disruptive. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right. Let's load 63.
Let's load 63. Is this equipment okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that equipment's fine. I don't think particularly either of them are bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we are going first. I think this hand could leak damage and arsenal this, so.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Blocking with Bonds of Agony. All right.
Yeah. Seems good.
Love to see it. Get a fealty token on our turn 0.
Yeah. Leaking at least 1 damage here.
Could be scared and they could be scared to not block the Phoenix Flame because, at the last card in our hands like Lava Burst.
Yep.
Oh. I would have dude, if we had Lava Burst in our hand, I would have just sat there and thought about it. I mean,
yeah, I would have thought about it as well.
3 6 damage.
All right, Lull to be Beyond the Grave a very cool card. I like this in Fag. All right, Savor Bloodshed. I know what that does. Of course, assassins and ninjas can trigger this so much easier. Not ninjas. Assassins can trigger this so much easier. All right, 5 on hit draw. Now, I know that Arachne likes to flick to get an open equipment or open weapon slot. All right. This hand can go Spreading Flames. This doesn't have enough resources actually to play this out. So I'm thinking about blocking. What do you think? Block with these.
Yes.
These two. Yeah.
You could block. That's fine.
Okay, that happens. Draw your card, sir. I am now marked.
What? It's loyalty beyond the grave it.
Yeah. Well, he's going to draw from the thing hitting.
From what?
Oh, I'm not. Okay. Right. The next time you hit.
You've never read it. You've played these cards.
You're right. Okay, so coming in for 8 now. Again, we could cover this. Okay, we actually probably want to cover it so he doesn't draw here. So let's just cover it.
I don't think it particularly matters. But this is fine. All right, they're flipping into funnel web. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, we'd like to arsenal this, but I think we just have to send it now, right?
Yes, you're forced to send it now. How could you let them flip into funnel web, Josh? How could you do this? Now we have to play our Spreading Flames.
Yeah, I'd love to have this at Arsenal, but here's what it is. Oh,
yeah, funny enough, funnel web is like, oh. This is the usual strat I do to people.
Yeah.
Is if you do come off the Arsenal, they just mask into Black Widow.
Yeah. Interactive Flesh and Blood.
It's actually probably Orb Weaver.
Yeah, he went into Orb Weaver. Yeah, because he wants to get that Child Sarah. Okay.
The strongest hands in Mario start with Orb Weaver.
All right. Makes sense. Okay, so we can't flame because we only have 2 links, and we're going to get to keep our fealty, so. All right, so we end our turn. All right, we got an Ignite, which is pretty cool. That doesn't really do anything with this particular hand, though. All right, cut from the same cloth. Hey, just because I'm Josh Loud doesn't mean I always have a reaction to my hand.
We are always marked to the
already
marked.
Yeah, that's true. +4. He gets to see the texture of our hand.
How big is this Chalice Sarah gonna be?
I don't know. It's gonna be at least.
They're discarding Tarantula Toxin. This thing's gonna be huge. Yeah, if they discard Toxin, there's no shot you put a single card in front of this.
Yeah, there's
like you just
yeah. No blocks. Or it could be a double pump because he thinks that we aren't going to.
I mean, our hand's crazy, right? If you look at it like from like a.
I was just about to ask.
Standpoint.
So how I'm not used to Codex being actually live against me. So, all right. So we got to think about Codex here. Do we want to put?
Well,
so he grabbed
nothing.
Oh, nothing. Okay.
He had an arsenal.
All right.
That's so weird. That must mean they have a leave no witnesses in their arsenal already.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, we have we have 2 3 blocks. We also have boots, so Do we want to put the Spreading Flames in the arsenal?
What do you want to do? What do you think this hand does?
I mean, this could go Ignite. Spreading Flames.
You have to discard a card. You have to discard a card, and you have to block a card. So you have 2 cards and a card in your arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we doing?
Then we actually might want a starter then, actually. I mean, this is a starter. This is a starter. I'm leaning towards this one. Is that okay?
I personally would grab like Spreading Flames or something. Because like you want to like you're currently behind now. You need to catch up.
Okay, there's Leave No Witnesses. We knew this was coming. Okay, so we can block here and here.
Well, it was an educated guess.
Yeah. Okay, so what does our turn look like? We can go Ignite Spreading Flames, or we can go Spreading Flames, Ignite Sword. Let's see. I think that's literally better, right? Yeah, that's better.
What? Yes.
Yes. Ignites. Yeah. Okay.
You're under fealty, so you really don't want to like, you know.
We really don't want to what?
You're under like frailty, so you know you don't want to cast the Spreading Flames. Also, it'd be kind of stupid to cast the Spreading Flames. It's like a waste. All right.
Okay, so
now
you
let's
think
play our 2.
You think we should just go Ignite Ember Blade into Shuko with Phoenix Flame?
Yeah, it's a 2-card 6. You're used to those, right?
Yeah. 2/2/2.
Yeah.
All right, let's go 2/2/2.
That's kind of like if all of your Centauri Sabers hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we had Twinning Blade for the Centauri Sabers. Okay. Okay. So he's keeping his whole hand. Very scary.
All right, let's hope there's no disruption in this 5-card assassin hand.
And well, we drew
Never
3
mind.
boys.
This hand sucks.
This hand sucks.
Oh, he pondered a Saver.
He did. He pondered a Saver Bloodshed. Yes. All right, here we go.
Oh, that's so much worse.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
gosh.
so Kiss of Death. Very big. Our hand does not block very well. Block's okay. We have 2-3 blocks, but what are we doing with this hand?
I think you declare no blocks.
Really?
I think it's way too risky. So you have your boots available to you this turn.
Right. So I could.
And you can end on Dragon Power with a fealty token.
Yeah.
So you can also like save your blocks for an on hit you might be able to cover. Because what if like he plays a codex after all this, you know?
All right, Saver Bloodshed
like,
hits.
giving your hand
the Arachne trigger. Kiss of Death deals an extra damage.
Yep.
Hunter's Clave, pitching Art of Desire Mind.
Do you want to be marked?
I don't know.
You can give Flame Scale.
It says piercing, but
yeah. So I say give Flame Scale.
Yeah.
I just don't trust being marked after taking all that damage.
All right, flicks Kiss of Death as we expected. Persuasive Prognosis. With 1 card back. Did he draw just a Nick? Maybe.
If you drew just a Nick, this turn was crazy.
Yeah. So we give 1 of these cards, right?
Yeah, you can give one. I hate to break it to you, Josh. We've lost this game.
We've lost this game. Mario.
Oh, it's not even close.
Good hero.
Oh, I mean, this is a really bad matchup.
Yeah. Mario, good hero. We remember New and Zen. This is basically New and Zen. All right, Persuasive Prognosis is gonna destroy our hand. And he takes this, and we have no turn almost. Well, technically, it could go.
Well, he can only take the blue card.
Yeah.
He had a blue.
Yep. All right. Goodbye, Dragon Power.
Although we are at 11 and they are at 32.
How does this hero lose games? Like this hero, just every single time I see Mario, I'm just like astounded that their card quality is this high. Okay.
Then why don't you just play Mario?
Well, we will in about 35 weeks. Okay. I mean, we have to play our hand out, or we lose our fealty. So.
I mean, you could have, like, I don't know, fealtied the fire dragon into the sword into a phoenix flame and then kept the spreading flames because you're like 90 years behind your opponent.
True. True.
You need some way to catch up.
You're right.
I think it's unoptimal to play out the spreading flames, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even get a phoenix flame back unless you break your fealty.
I'm gonna break my fealty.
Blocking would take up the mantle.
Yeah, he blocked a lair. Yeah, he blocked 3 cards.
I think we might be getting codexed. That would suck.
Let's find out if it sucks. No, just an arsenal pass. Okay.
Oh, but dude, if we had a spreading flames in our arsenal,
this hand would be much better.
It'd be a little bit better.
Yep. At least we're gonna get a Shuko trigger because we're gonna actually send a blue brand.
Are you? You could turn both of those into 3 damage with your boots.
Maybe we use the headpiece as well. I feel like dying with Mopple on board is like the equivalent of dying with bolters, so let's not do that.
Well,
okay. So I'm thinking we blow the boots and the headpiece this turn. So this
you can.
Costs 0, and this costs 1, so we have to pitch this. I mean, I guess we go for Assault the Wound here.
I mean, Assault the Wound is the same as a Lava Burst right now, so yeah it can only get better.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a boots here.
Yeah. So I can give this go again, even though it's not the active chain link. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Dude, if we had a spreading flames right now.
Yep. Yep. If we see this is the whole, you make a mistake on one turn, it compounds the next turn.
It's fine.
Hey, look at this, Damien. We almost caught up. Hey, plus
we almost caught up.
Do we have a thing in the grave? We do have a loyalty view in the grave. So look at us.
All right. We need to draw like a shelter.
We drew our shelter. We good. Oh boy, shelter good. Shelter really nice here. Okay.
Is it? There's no way to cover this card. I bet.
Yeah. So we just block 7 with our chest and this maybe.
No.
This.
Maybe you could. This one's a bit weird. I think there's a tarantula toxin in our future, but I don't think there's any way to avoid it.
Block 6 here with the side cards.
Yeah, probably.
He has this. He's also Arachne number 2, so. Scar tissue from Arsenal, I believe. Snaps.
You should play your Arsenal.
Yep. Okay. Gonna give it +3. Now do we play this?
Yeah.
To deny the draw. One more pump? No more pumps. So, okay, so Tunic into Callistra, okay. I mean, we just
keep on hit draw card.
Oh yeah, it does. Block
I wouldn't give a card from my hand. I would say, do you want to block Washuko or not? That is what I would say.
Yeah, I think we do.
Well, actually, no, you can't stop this draw. Never mind. He's got a flick knives on the Kiss of Death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a waste of a Shuko block.
Oops.
It doesn't matter too much. We have very few ways back into this game.
Oh, no.
You lose the card in your hand. You have to give up it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to go into the next turn with... I mean...
I would do it because it's a random arsenal. If you had like a shelter, I'd feel better. Oh. Great. Really hoping to get like, I don't know, some cool card.
Nah, we're not.
You're not gamer.
I think if we had a good Spreading Flames turn, this game would be a little bit closer, but I still don't think we would be in a winning position.
It would be like 7. Maybe. Just being generous.
I mean, I'm not supposed to block this, right?
Why not?
I don't know.
If you look at it this way, marking is worth 1, so you're getting full value out of your block.
That's true because he's base of Arachne. That's true. Yeah.
And if you're marked, they could do some really illegal shit.
Yeah. Leave no. I mean, this hand deals more damage on offense, so I think we're just supposed to take this.
Sure.
Do we die? Probably not, right?
But you think? Oh, dude, you've never you don't even know. There's no attack reaction that they play that makes that bigger.
If they were the other Arachne, the Huntsman, maybe we die. Okay. Okay. Let's go, Draconic Head Jab. So this is going to convert
closer than it should be.
Yeah. This is going to convert into 3-3-3-1. So this is a 3-card 10. Make a fealty. Okay. Would have been 3-card 11 if we still had our arms.
If we still had arms here,
Yeah,
we would still get the same amount of value out of this turn.
that's true because we only have. Yeah, you're right.
I think that we'll die before the next Shuko trigger comes up.
Yeah. All right, let's draw a shelter. Come on, deck. We did not. We drew.
That is not a shelter.
We drew
That's
nine,
a bunch.
9 bucks. It's a bunch of not shelters. All right, give it ignite here. Gonna flick the chalice there. We take 1. Spinneret to equip a new one. +1. Up sticks +4. Swing for 6. We get to keep a card.
Well, we're probably just dead.
Yeah, we were probably just dead here. Oh, we are not dead. Look at that.
We are basically dead, though.
We are basically.
We're at 2 against a deck with flick knives. Maybe the spreading flame would have done more than you originally thought. The game would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, you might have to actually block things. So, well, I mean, Flesh and Blood has always been a game where you make a mistake, you pay for it. So,
I think you have to no block this and just pray this is it. No, you can't.
you'll flip. Yeah.
Ah, we're so dead.
Yep. Tunic. Stains. Yep.
We could have no blocked it and then bluffed shelter. That's what we could have done.
No block bluff shelter.
Yeah.
Sure. That was technically an out.
There was like no way to really win that game. There was no
GG, sir. This time I only took 17 of the 25 minutes. I'm getting better.
He's learning.
He's
learning as he fights.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you guys feel about that game?
You were getting rolled at the start, and then he bricked.
Yeah, that. I also forgot to read stains. I was like, oh, I get the stains this leave now. And then I looked, I was like, why isn't it letting me stains my fucking leave now?
Yeah.
Bad. You should read your cards for.
Yeah, it was my bad.
It's okay. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Yes, Shamir, your eyes do not deceive you. I am playing a non-warrior hero, yes. I am on my Rocky
at that, he's not
montage.
It's historic.
It's
He's not
historic.
even doing that bad.
Yeah. Well, let's hope I can play FAI. You know, it's only gonna get harder from here. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and swap over to Florian.
Sure.
Switch it to Florian? Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can load up Florian.
Because game's taking longer than I thought they would take.
Yeah. We want to have a. I think
He's making sure he passes high school.
Yeah.
Can't blame him.
Yeah. I appreciate you wanting to play more games, so I'm more likely to pass. So I think typically most streams I stream about 3 to 4 hours, and I normally get about 6 to 7 games in if I'm like focusing on just playing games.
Yeah.
Although to be honest, I think most warrior games go a little bit longer than 25 minutes. So yeah. All right, let's play a game against Florian, and see how that goes. And then I think Damien has a couple games he wants to play against me. Oh boy. What's a passing grade? That's a very good question. So the way we've done it, Shamir, is Damien has come up with. Generally, he's going to come up with 10. This time he came up with a little bit more than 10 because he's being nice. 10 things that I need to do to pass. I need to do 6 of those 10 things, aka 60%, aka 0 to 60. You see? So there's certain things that I need to do with FAI. For example, I'm pretty sure one of the things he wrote down is get 6 value from Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. I think I passed. I think I got 7 value 2 games, but there's some other things that I have to do, and he's going to reveal at the end of the stream whether or not I passed. If I don't pass, I have to retake 8th grade, retake 9th grade, something like that. So yeah.
Don't worry, but he gets to keep his points from the previous one. Yeah. I'm not just gonna make him restart.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah.
He'd be he'd never make it past like somebody on the middle tier.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, just
I can't wait
reference.
To see.
Yeah, so this is the tier list we came up with last time. We're starting here, and then we're working our way up. We're gonna skip the warriors because I think I know how to play them at 60% proficiency. Although we might still include them because they're kind of interesting. Maybe we have a different take on the warriors or something like that. Okay, let me grab the FAI deck. And
extra credit if he finishes the game in 15 minutes or less.
Oh no! Yeah. Extra credit. Oh yeah, that would be.
I should put one on here that says win a game, and the timer doesn't say more than 15 minutes. Yeah. I don't think Josh could ever do that.
Or Josh uses less than 50% of the shared time. Maybe that's the goal.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so we're up against Florian. Do we need Arcane Barrier against Florian, or do we want extra damage with the Dragon Scale? That's actually a good question.
What do you think?
I don't think the rune chants matter. Like I can.
Let me ask you something. This is the question you always ask yourself.
Yeah.
When you're playing a deck that's not consistent with blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Are you already dead if you're pitching to Arcane Barrier?
Yes. That means I'm below him in life, and yeah.
That means he's presenting lethal already, which means you've lost the game.
Yep. Yeah, so I think I'll just load out like this. I think I'll get a little bit more value out of this loadout. All right.
This takes they're going to be blocking a lot against you. What you bringing in?
We got to get tenacity, and I remember you said Rake was very good against Earth Heroes, so we'll bring that in. I don't hate CNC against a deck that cares about running Rootbound Carapace. Warmongers is probably not that good against him. Yeah. We bring in 1 CNC.
I think 1 CNC. Yeah.
Something like this.
I think it's fine. Because sometimes you end your turn with 2 floating because your Ignite makes your Ember Blade cost 1. So it's not a bad ender on like something like Ignite. But I don't want to play too many of them because the card sucks.
Okay. And yeah, we'll just go like this as our equipment.
This is a long game, isn't it?
It is. So maybe Tunic would be better.
Play Tunic.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll load up like this. All right. Let's get the Phoenix Flame into the graveyard.
If we're playing in paper, I wonder if you would forget your Phoenix Flame.
Let's hope not. Give me a second here. All right. Sorry, just taking care of something. Okay. All right. So he is activating Grasp. Sure. All right. So standard loadout from him on the equipment, Reaping Blade. Yep. So after new LL plus the bans, did Florian really change much? They're basically a mid-range deck, right? So, all right, gonna play
They're like
Oath.
the same deck nowadays.
Yeah. Okay, so he's just gonna make some Rune Chance pass. All right, our turn is there's only one way to play this because this is our starter. So we'll play this. And then we could go here, 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 and then Phoenix Flame would be okay. Maybe Tenacity gets a little bit more damage than the sword. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so it looks like he's in a blocking mood.
Florian being in a blocking mood? I could never.
Yeah. All right, so he's blocked 3 cards already. So if we flame into Tenacity, I think that's Tenacity is more damage than the sword, but then we don't have Tenacity in our deck. So what do you think about that?
But you still have we have 3 Lava Bursts in our deck. I think it's fine.
Okay.
And plus, if you're planning to rake over the coals, you're looking to get Lava Burst on that turn in particular.
Right. Okay. Sure. So Tenacity going to come in for 5. Better than Emberblade for 3.
Technically, if you already blocked with your boots, you could have done something real funny here. You could have like masked for Lava Burst, sent it to like bait more blocks on the before the Tenacity comes in.
Oh, this is coming in for 6 because of the Shuka. I forgot about that. Okay, so Tenacity going to get some good value.
Yeah.
All right, so he's got 1 card left.
It took his.
Kind of wonder what that's going to be. Oh, never mind. It's just in a blocking mood. Okay. Okay, so one thing that we need to talk about is like super late game. His hero's favored, right? But like if it goes all the way to fatigue, my deck is better because I will always leak damage against him. But I don't have AB.
Just kill him.
That's true. Yeah, let's just get to the.
If you get to a situation where you have to block, you're dead.
That's true. All right, so we're gonna have to start our turn with blue brand.
This hand sucks.
Yeah. All right, blue brand. The Uprising limited special here. All right.
I tell you what, at least this hand triggers Shuko.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we could go this, into flame, into burst. Sure. Why not? Okay, so he decomposed.
What?
Yeah, I'm just thinking there's only one way to really realistically play this hand. So, okay. Okay, so this is one of our lava bursts going away. Okay. Sure.
Looking
good. So we converted our hand. All right, we have to get through 5 billion block blocking value. Okay, so we got Run and Renegade into display loyalty, this. Yeah, okay, cool. All right.
I'm glad I don't have to explain the head jab hand.
Yep. Yeah, you don't. The only thing, I mean, especially the only way he can interact with me on my turn is face perg, and he'll probably save that for those spreading flame turns. So there's not much to consider. All right, let's hold back a little bit of information by playing this later, I guess. This looks like a lava burst. And we should never arsenal right against Florian, right?
I mean, we're about to get like Plow Wondered or Felling the Ground. Yeah. One of those two cards is probably hitting us in the face this turn, to be honest.
Now, that sending the Blazing here also makes it look like maybe we mask for Salt or something.
If this hits, it technically wouldn't be bad to grab Salt if it was in your deck. Did you put it in?
I did not. We only put one Tenacity here. See, this is kind of why I like just having Salt and Tenacity, although it's probably wrong to do that. But should we just
grab
did you just Lava Burst?
Well, if you grab Lava Burst now, then all of your Rakticles infinitely worse.
Yeah, okay. Let's not do it.
By infinitely worse, I mean 1 point. Yeah. I mean, you could, Lava Bursting for 6 can be done on any turn.
That's true. Okay, so there's the Plow Under that we kind of saw coming. All right, so these Rune Chants are going to hit us because we can't do anything. Oh, speak about those. We got 2 rakes together. So this.
Well,
this hand unfortunately kind of sucks.
I wouldn't say this hand sucks.
You wouldn't? It blocks for 4.
I blocked it. What do you mean blocks? Just give your boots.
It doesn't. This hand does not block at all. What do you mean?
No, just give your boots. Just block with them. You never know when if he's just gonna keep blocking, you need to get 1 value out of it. It's not like they throw on hits that aren't CNC for 6. I mean,
well, CNC for 6 we could cover with this plus a 3 block, but yeah.
Oh, you want to block with Shuko in this matchup? Oh, that's crazy.
No. We're not blocking with Shuko. Yeah. You're right.
Oh,
go to your clipboard. Josh wants to block with Shuko against Earth Heroes. Bad.
On turn 4.
Bad, Josh. All right, we just Ronin Renegade, double Rake, Rising. That's our turn, basically.
You're mental, bro. That is not the line.
Really?
That's not even close to the line.
Okay, you gotta walk me through it. This is the first time I've not seen it.
Okay, click pass. Look at our turn. It's going to be Ronin into Rake, into Rising, into Tunic, into FAI, into Phoenix Flame, into Arsenal Rake over the Coals.
Play this out. Tunic to swing. Wait. Oh, okay. I think I
You could also Ronin, Rising, Tunic, Emberblade, swing Phoenix Flame, but I really don't want another Rake to Coals in my deck.
Right. Okay, so here you want to swing the Rising Resentment?
Yes. It's better to put, you could have swung Emberblade here too, which is fine, but you're creating multiple breakpoints here, which is harder to block than 3/3/3.
Okay. So he used his boots on this turn. Okay, so this will consume 1 of the prevention.
I think it was worth it to get rid of the boots, though.
So now we're going to tunic
Okay.
for the flame.
Yeah. The other line was to tunic for the sword, but I don't think the 1 point of damage matters because it's too easily covered.
Right.
So you're gonna get the flame here. And then next turn, hopefully, we just, like, I don't know, do a lot of damage.
This hand, again, this looks like a lava burst. If he lets this hit,
Yeah.
there could be like a mopple.
Everything looks like a lava burst, Josh.
Yeah, I know. All right, so we're just going to end turn. If he plows under, we're going to be sad, but looks like no. Okay, just going to make a rune chant swing. All right, so what's our turn look like here? We got a fealty for the fire tenant, and then Ember Blade.
Oh. This could be sick.
Phoenix Flame. What do you mean this could
You
be
have
sick?
2 lines of play.
I want to block with one of the truce because I don't think we can. We don't need.
You have 2 lines of play. Do you see them?
All right. Well, we have a rake, so I presume you kind of want to use the headpiece plus the boots.
Josh, we don't have to play the rake this turn.
I'm seeing Fire Tenant with fealty, Ember Blade, Phoenix Flame, Lava Burst.
Josh,
What are you saying?
we can. So you have 2 lines. You could block 3 with a truce. Go, fealty, fire tenant, sword, Phoenix Flame, lava burst. Or alternatively, you can go, no blocks, fire tenant with the fealty, ember blade, cast truce, pitching lava burst. And then if he attacks you, you have a 5-card hand and a rake the coals. Alternatively,
he
if
still
you
face
wanted
Berg.
to
I
cast,
don't want to do that.
Sure. Alternatively, again, you could like play the rake the coals and then do like a boots turn, which is like fine, I guess.
Okay, so what was the first one you said? Fealty, fire tenant.
You can just like
sword,
fealty and just play the hand.
Sword, flame, burst. Okay. And you don't think using the rake the coals for 4 chain links is worth it?
No.
It could be 5 chain links with the mask.
You want to break boots. If you wanted to play rake the coals, you undo right now and don't block the truce.
Okay, never mind. Good. Okay, so we fealty. Because this. So Rick the Coals needs to be played when we can get 5 value from it. Not 4.
I wouldn't play rake the coals on anything that isn't a 5-card hand. Unless it's like gonna push lethal or something.
But having this in Arsenal is dangerous against Florian, right? Can't he?
He's down 2 plow unders. It can't be that dangerous.
Okay. All right. So this is still not a mob turn.
There's one in his decomposed zone if you look too.
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of just wanted to cast truce.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be like bulletin poo.
I don't know. It feels less good against Faceberg. Okay.
A lot of things feel bad against Faceberg.
Yeah.
They have to use it at some point in the game.
That's true. This is as good. This deck is one of the least screwed over by Faceberg. So. Okay. That was a solid turn, I think. That was a 3 into 4 into 1 into 6. That's 3, 4, 7, 8. This is 4 card 14. That seems good. Okay, so he got 2 might tokens from that. Sure. Because his hero ability is online now.
I will say the moment that he perks you, you can mask for tenacity too if you want to.
Yeah, because that'll be 3 cards blocking. Oh, we already used our tenacity. We only have 1.
Oh, did we? Oh, we used it at the start of the game, didn't we?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had this conversation.
Yeah. Okay, Arcane Seed's life.
This hand's crazy.
Yes, it is. Got less crazy, though.
No, it's still crazy.
It's still crazy?
Yeah.
All right, so what makes this crazy? I presume we have to give this up because we don't have any way to turn it.
What do you mean? Man, you really don't read your cards, huh?
If it's draconic. Oh, brand into art. Yes. Brand into art. But we still have to give up a card because we don't have Tunic up. This costs 1. I guess we give up the Spreading
What do you mean?
Flames.
What do you mean it costs 1? Have you read Art of the Dragon?
Oh my god! All right, I need to read my cards. Yes. Okay. So we actually give up this. I can't. Okay. We finally got there, guys. We got there. Okay. All right. Goodbye.
This should be
this. Demerit.
It should be a 5-point rake.
Yes. Okay. So let's get rid of the blue, which is actually.
I'm so sad we have to give up a card though. It would have been a 6-point rake. That would have been crazy.
Yeah. All right, so we get rid of the blue. So our turn is brand, art, Spreading Flames.
Yes.
All under rake, and then we mopple somewhere during there, right? Okay. Okay, take 10. All right. Felling of the Crown, good card. What if we get face perked here?
Then we get face perked.
But this doesn't look like a Spreading Flames turn.
You can't just live in the fear of face perk your whole life.
I don't know. This thing has screwed over me as Dorinthia a lot. All right, so we rake here.
Yeah, you're not a warrior, bro. You're a ninja.
Do we mopple
You just
here?
ball.
Or no? Okay, no, we don't even have the chance.
Do you mopple here?
Not
if
yet.
you hit, yes.
Yeah. This card's really cool. It's a majestic. It has to be good, right?
You would hope so.
Yeah, you would hope so. It's got Syndra on the art. Has to be good. Is that Syndra? I don't know. Probably Syndra. All right, so he's blocking again. Okay.
Blocking 5. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
No face perk. Let's go.
All right, so then we can flame. So we're gonna hit this turn.
You're learning. FAI loves to hit people.
Yes.
Yes. I am slamming that mask the moment it happens, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just worth too much with the rake plus Spreading Flames. Rake is not a card that I often see as a warrior because it doesn't block. Okay, looks like he's going to attempt to block our turnout.
Okay, well, he can't. The Phoenix Flame comes in for 3.
Oh, shit. You right. Shuko hasn't triggered yet, but Spreading Flames Rake is very good. All right, so it's going to hit.
This Lava Burst comes in for 8.
Let's go. This is a last Lava Burst as well in our deck. That's something we've had to keep track of very carefully. All right, kaboom! We turned our headpiece into 8 damage. Warrior could never. Oh god. All right. Lava Burst, good card. All right.
Stop.
Uh-oh.
Stop. Don't click any buttons.
We
Don't
need a
click any
Phoenix Flame.
buttons.
We need a Phoenix Flame. Yes, yes, yes. To have a
I'm
turn.
thinking. I'm thinking. Do we need a Phoenix Flame?
Our turn is just send a CNC if not.
It might just be send a CNC.
Really? You don't want to go 0
Yeah, I mean, like,
into oh yeah, this is just it's yeah.
You mean 0 into 3 into 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could pitch the CNC with Tunic Hunter to swing Emberblade if you wanted to. I don't. You're presenting 9, but you're coming off an arsenal. I think it would just be better to like play the CNC. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
That's just me.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, I was like, wait, we could go 3 wide. Oh yeah, 0 into 3 into 3 is not very good. All right, so this is not going to create problems for him unless he has like 2 D reacts.
Unless he has, yeah, but check his grave and his banish. Let me see how many root bounds have been played and how many sync balloons have been cast.
There's 1 sync there, 1 red root bound, 1 yellow.
Is he taking 3 damage?
I think he is.
He might have D reacts in his hand.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Unless it's a haunting rendition.
And here's where we say 2 floating. And
oh, pummel.
Yeah, pummel. Pung.
That'd be a sick pummel.
Yeah, if you ever get pummeled by FAI, you know, that's not your day.
He gets back in this game on a felling though.
Yep.
So you have to be real careful.
Okay, so this is probably a D-react in his hand that's going into Arsenal.
His hand is crazy.
Yep. All right, so we go Rising Resentment into a bunch of these into Emberblade into All right, so we just take all this damage. We could even swing our weapon twice because we have an extra resource.
You figured you did it. You figured it out. The dual wield warrior figured out how to swing his weapon.
We're gonna dual wield a 2-hand weapon, boys. Let's go. I'm gonna twinning blade this Emberblade, baby. That's what we're doing this turn.
Make sure to swing the Emberblade mid chain so you don't get randomly purgatoried.
Okay. All right. Let's start with this.
Yeah, you don't want the blue to get purgatoried because it's worth 6.
Yeah. Okay, so he blocked 3 here, so we should just send the Emberblade immediately here. Is what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the only thing I have to think about on his turn is this. So.
I know, but it's just there all the time.
Okay, so that... should we just start emptying out our hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should, right? We want to...
Yes. Yeah. You want to be purgatory free.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll play this one because it makes a fealty.
This FAI character.
This FAI character,
doing some damage.
He's doing some damage. Now I see why this guy has more LL points than all the warriors put together. It's so cool when if you go wide enough and your flame is free, then you get an extra. You get to convert your 1 resource into extra damage, which is very cool. Should I send the Emberblade?
Play the Arsenal. Play the Arsenal, I think.
Okay.
I mean, you can hide information by sending the Emberblade right now. That's fine. You can click the button. Yeah. It is lighting up. Oh. You need a tunic. You need a tunic.
Wait, why? This ability... Oh, it doesn't discount the weapon. It just discounts itself. Right. Okay. My bad.
That would be stupid.
Yeah, I'm thinking in Fang terms too much. Okay.
Don't pass. You're going to close the combat chain.
Oh. All right. And then... Extra damage. Oh, does he have a no block? Oh, no, he has a sick blow. Okay.
No, he's got a D-react.
Okay. Okay, so how do
this
we
hand's
deal
sick.
2 damage against a deck that has face perk? All right.
You throw a bunch of cards that come in for 2.
Do we start with the Ignite? We want to end with a Dragon Power, right? So
What's the best way to play around Face Purgatory before you click any of your buttons?
play the Ignite first. Because it's the smallest
No.
attack.
Play the Ignite last. So, if you go Brand into Ignite, and he, like, even if he, like, purges you there, you could still, like, play the Dragon Power because it's free off of the Ignite. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think every perk here looks like it's garbage, but...
Why are you playing the Brand first?
Because you have 2 fealty. You only have so many ways in your deck to use this fealty token.
Okay.
Like, it's not that big a deal.
Right. So you think Brand into Ignite into Sword?
You could do that.
Okay.
You could also do Sword right here. I think Sword here is safer, actually. No, I'm sure it is. But it doesn't really matter.
If he has to block 8 here, like, yeah. Okay.
Get back a Phoenix Flame.
Right now?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, it's lethal.
Well,
If you take another card from his hand, he can't face Purgatory you.
Right. Oh, it consumed our Ignite thing, though.
Yeah. What are you trying to discount?
The Ember Blade? Down to 1? I guess it doesn't
Why?
matter. It doesn't matter yet. We have
No, swing the Phoenix Flame. Yeah. It doesn't matter. If he breaks you here, you could just arsenal the Dragon Power and kill him next turn.
Yeah.
I don't think anything he could have done here.
Yeah,
the FAI ability does let you, like, purge safely, but...
Yeah,
I just want to make the turn look weird.
Yeah.
I don't think that he could purge on this turn at all and be safe about it. I'm pretty sure he just dies no matter what he does. But it's very funny. Yeah. Sure. Now you can Ember Blade here, and, like, I guess if he purges you, then he's dead next turn because he's at 1 with no armor against FAI. Yeah, sure. This is fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, if he drew a blue, he could send some damage back at us.
We're at 10, Josh.
Yeah.
Every card in your hand is lethal.
All right. So mounting anger to lead. Well, I mean, he's at 1. It doesn't.
Yeah. He's at 1. I would literally, you could mindlessly click buttons, and I don't think you'd lose.
GG. Uh-oh. I'm still taking all the time. Oh, no.
You took more of the time, actually.
This was even worse. Oh, well. We're trying our best. Okay. Yeah. All right, so that game felt very different than the other games because this one was like, okay, I'm actively, like, really have to be the aggressor in this matchup. And then Florian kind of, like, waits for, like, good hands to strike back with. Like, a good felling turn or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you feel about the game?
No, I felt pretty normal. I mean, I gotta see, like, fellings to do something about your hands. Otherwise, you just, like, hit me repeatedly until I die.
Right. Yeah, it also seemed like the armor pieces are a little bit trickier to use against FAI than against like the other decks that I play. So that's something different for me.
Yeah, Faceberg is definitely annoying to kind of line up into FAI.
Yeah, for sure. Damien, do you have any thoughts on the game?
No. He didn't play as many fellings as normal, so, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of where my head was at.
That is weird as that.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yep.
Damien, I think we have one more game, right? Against the DGA Warrior?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, no. You're playing against Gravy Bones.
And the DGA Warrior. I don't know if we have enough time.
You can play
for all
against
that. It's
yeah. That's why I pulled up Gravy Bones.
Let's just do one of those. So okay, sure. We'll have the last game be against
you
Damien's
should
Gravy.
be very this is just a Nats deck.
A Mask of Momentum deck, yeah. All right,
no,
well,
this is I'm just pulling one of the Nats decks for your game.
National decks. Okay, sure. All right, we will load that up. I'm gonna again go to the bathroom really quick. We'll just have a quick intermission, and we'll be back in about a minute. All right, guys, welcome back to the stream. We got one more game for you guys here. We're going to be playing FAI against Gravy. Damien and Swift are going to switch positions. And all right, so let's join this game and get this going. All right. Okay, so Damien, you said that this was a very, very favored matchup for FAI. So let's see how that goes. So I think I want to go first because you have some cards that don't block very well, and I don't want you to establish a board. So I'm going to choose first. Is that correct?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have a Mask of Momentum. I guess this is one of the few matchups where MOM will actually outshine Mask because you're going to be able to block with it. Plus, you can make up 4 or 5 value pretty easily if you draw twice. This game kind of goes long. I guess the Tunic was probably better, and then the other two are kind of auto there. Damien, you mentioned that Warmongers is quite good against this. Is he still listening to me, or did he mute himself? Oh, he muted himself.
I think he's deafened.
Okay, so he's gone. All right, so it's just you and me then.
Yeah, we got it.
I think he mentioned that Warmongers was good, so I kind of like that. We need to bring in Salt or Tenacity. I guess he's less likely to block, so Salt might be better. And then just like this,
I think Salt works off the allies too, so I definitely am running Salt.
Yeah, that seems good. I don't know if we need to board up. I think we're good here.
Yeah, we should beat them.
Yeah, we should be good here. All right, let's see if we can beat the teacher. All right, here we go. All right, turn 0. We can get some damage in probably. Probably end with this in the arsenal because we don't have a brand or a fealty, so we just.
If we want to swing the hand, we could end on a fealty to enable it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we could actually end on a fealty. Yeah. So let's just go with this, and then we can go with the sword, and then this, and then flame. Maybe send this.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay. Just looking at his equipment, this is like pretty standard stuff. Okay. All right, we'll hide a little bit of information.
Sounds good to me, yeah.
Does his hand block, or did he draw 2 allies? Let's find out.
That's the question.
Oh, well, that's a 2 block. Okay, so this could be a no block in his hand. Let's find out. All right, so we'll grab a flame. Yeet it at him. Oh. Okay, so he took 1.
This is interesting.
Yeah, because we hit him twice. We could get the MOM off this. I think we send it. I think this is a no block. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he would have blocked the Ember Blade if that was a no, or if that was a blocking card. So I think it makes sense to send it.
Yep. See if we can get an MOM trigger here. Okay. He's gonna give us the headpiece. All right. Fine.
I think I'm okay with that still.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we got 2 damage in, took his headpiece, but don't have an arsenal. I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. All right, so we have a fealty now, so that turns on Art of the Dragon Blood, which means the devotion gets discounted by 1, which is nice. In fact, both of these get discounted if we really wanted to. Well, I guess we just have to see like how much stuff he plays to the board and then kind of go from there. But we have,
there's some cool stuff happening with the Art Blood discounting.
Yeah. All right, tip the bar keep. Going to create something that allows him to go a little bit wider. Sawbones into gold baited hook into swing. Yep. All right, so this is 6 on hit, make a gold.
They didn't make a gold, right? We can just blow up the hook.
Yeah, we could if we block for 6, we could just send a Ronin Renegade into this. So
yeah, that sounds great.
I don't hate that, but we would have to give up both of these. But I think that's okay.
I think that's okay.
Yeah. I think it's...
They don't get to block with the hook. They lose the hook, and you kill the Sawbones and keep the fealty.
Yeah. I think that's a solid play. So this is the pirate that prevents damage, so we're going to have to send at least 3 into it, which we got 3 conveniently here. And we can just arsenal this. So I think losing the hook is actually pretty big as well.
Yeah, it's a huge cost.
Yeah. All right, so we'll send the Ronin Renegade into those Sawbones. And then we just say, sure. Put this in the arsenal. I like having a 5-card hand when he tries to double deploy allies as a warrior. As a ninja, I think you're a little bit it's a little bit more flexible because you can go like you can do 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage, 1 damage, you know. You can and then add them all up into different combinations for 6 or 7 if you need to. All right, so port side exchange, discard draw. He's going to discard an ally, I presume. He discarded a Sawbones, the damage prevention guy. So he draws a card, called to the grave, going to maybe get the action point thing. Or maybe just an ally to dump in there. Let's find out. All right, this
Unfortunately, it would appear our hand does not have a starter.
Our hand does not have a starter, so we'd have to like flame to get a starter. This is actually the first time in all the games that we've had a hand like this. So this is going to happen once in a while. But it looks like that once in 100 hands has happened here. But we could turn the blue into a Phoenix Flame on their turn, which is what we're going to have to do. Yeah, this is...
I think... Yeah. We can, like, trigger Mask and end on a Warmongers plus an Arsenal. That sounds pretty sick, despite drawing in a starter hand.
Yep. All right, currently...
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, he's got 3 guys in the graveyard right now. He has played a blue, so those can come out if he wants, but there's no easy way for him to get multiple allies out in one turn unless he has some go again extender. Looks like he's just going to send a CNC at us, which is not the worst, actually. It's actually not that bad. We could block for 6, get a flame, and then just send... It's not the best. I mean, it's obviously converting this into block 6, send 3. But, I mean, I don't really want to give any of our armor up. So...
Yeah, I don't want to give up armor either. It's maybe interesting to play the Warmongers.
Yeah,
they have all of these allies. It could be hard for them to convert.
Yeah, that's another way to do it. So maybe... Yeah, maybe it's just block, play Warmongers, actually. But we would lose our fealty, which I guess it doesn't matter because we have these in our hand. So
yeah, you got 2 more on there.
Yeah.
You should be chilling.
All right, so this I'm sure Damien is going to mention this after the game. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna have to back me up on that. This hand was bricky as hell.
Yeah, it was either like take the CNC and pitch to a Phoenix Flame, or you could block and then play a Warmonger.
Yeah, this is likely going to get more than 3 value. So,
oh, for sure.
All right,
they don't have any gold in play too. It's like really difficult for them to do anything.
Yep. So he chose war. We chose war. You know what? We'll just blow this up because it's going to get blown up.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's what you do as FAI. Not as FAI, as a Fang. All right, so he's going to Compass. All right, this hand has stuff that, I mean, with the Tunic, it actually looks pretty nice. So we can go Ignite Mounting Anger, which is a nice combo. And then, you know, we can play out everything if we want to with the Tunic. We probably want to use our Tunic this turn because it's, I mean, it's just kind of sitting there. It's kind of a waste. Plus, we don't have a lot of 1 costs, and we actually have a hand with 2 1 costs. So, all right.
Yeah, Tunic for the 1 cost.
Yeah. All right, let's just not block this swell. I mean, the worst could be like a CNC or something. So, all right. So his hand is actually converting decently. Oh, we got him with a Give No Quarter. that could have been bad because he had a way to get go again and a discount. He could have flooded the board if we didn't Warmongers him there. All right, so I think we just
he would have drawn into that Give No Quarter too. Yeah, that would have been pretty bad for us.
That would have been pretty bad. All right, so he actually converted his hand pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah,
he converted it into 12 and an arsenal. So I mean, that's pretty good. So I think we're just gonna keep our hand and play it out. We probably can get a MOM trigger, even though he doesn't have an ally out, because we can actually go 6 wide this turn. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just hard for him to deny it because of how the breakpoints go.
Yep. All right, so let's start with the ignite and kind of go from there. Okay, he's going to compass. Yep. So I think we're going to try to get his dead threads this turn. So I want to send 4 into 4 if possible. So we got 4 here, we got 4 here. And if this hits, we can actually just send the display loyalty as well. So
yeah, I like sending the mounting on the third link, I think. Well, interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Unless it has a mask, I don't really want to. But.
Yeah. So you think we should send the Demonstrate Devotion in Arsenal instead of the Mounting Anger here?
Maybe it's like Syndra pilled to send the second one, because normally I like flicking, but yeah, it's just weird. If they like blocking the second link.
Yeah, and if we give him even more incentive to block the second link, that might be yeah. Okay, I think sending the Arsenal is actually better. I think you've convinced me.
Okay.
No blocks. Okay, so that's there's the blood in the water. Is he going to burn the top of his deck? He did not. But he does know what's on top of his deck, so that means that's not an ally on top.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's blocked our second chain link, so we need to restart our links. So, I mean, mounting.
You could go.
Might be probably.
Yeah, mounting.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because we have Salt the Wound as well. Sorry, I cut you off. Yeah, what did you want to say?
No, you're good. I think we could do mounting, and he's not really incentivized to want to block it, and then you get to present 4 into 4, and then the Mask of Momentum on a Phoenix Flame for 1. That's like really awkward to block.
Yep. Yeah, this is going to be tough to block, especially because he uses D-React on the second chain link. So this is likely to hit, which means we can send the Emberblade for a good amount here. Or we could. Oh, we have to banish this. So we
we could even play this one here because it's proccing Shuko.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of just like being Lava Burst.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's banish the display loyalty.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Now, which attack do we want to send? We could send the display loyalty. We could make a Phoenix Flame here. I think we want to make a Phoenix Flame on the 5th chain link. So let's just go with
presenting the mask
on the flame.
A 1 attack seems.
Yeah, that seems like a good way to do it. All right, so this is another breakpoint. Very annoying to deal with. So let's grab a flame. Play it out. Oh, it's for 2 because of Shuko.
Oh, I forgot this is proccing Shuko too. Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to block with the $70 Majestic. We'd love to see it. Okay, so we could either Emberblade or Salt the Wound.
The Salt's still for 5.
3. Yep, so this is for 5, so we should send this. That means we'll have 1 less Salt in our deck, but it doesn't matter because we have Lava Burst that we could send as well. So he blocked pretty well.
Yeah, we just
there.
made an extra copy of Lava Burst.
Yeah. He's blocked pretty well. He's denied our mask. Currently, he has Sawbones, Swabby, and Chum all in the graveyard as well. So
yeah, it's a little scary.
Yeah, it's a bit.
We should be able to clear them.
Yep.
Emberblade is pretty good at clearing Sawbones, which is nice.
Yeah. Also relevant is Shuko says damage.
Oh, the Shuko text.
Yeah, damage that would be dealt by this can't be prevented, which is actually really rare for it to come up, but once in a while you can get a Earth Hero, or you could. It's actually why like 5 was like decent against Enigma as well. You had that like board clearing ability. Okay, looks like he's not.
Yeah,
gonna
he's done like a
block.
lava burst for 6.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, can't really do anything about that.
Yep. All right, he's gonna send a vanilla CNC at us. I mean,
Our hand looks
our hand looks ridiculous. Actually, it's very interesting because we can end on Warmongers as well instead of blading.
Yeah, you can make Warmongers Draconic.
Yeah. Yeah. So we
I
can
kind of
go.
like that.
Yeah, we can go. Yeah, that's it. Well, we don't need to make Warmongers Draconic, but we. Oh, what I was thinking is like we go Oath, Fealty, Firestrike, Blaze, Phoenix Flame, Warmongers. I think is that the optimal play here?
I think I like that. You're sending 13, and then you're saying like, okay, you can either develop allies and not swing them, or you can hit me.
Yep.
But if you don't have an arsenal, none other disruption really matters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so we have to send the Oath first, so let's just start with that. And then I don't know if it matters which one we send next. Guess we'll see. Oh, I see what you mean. We do have to make this Draconic. I do see what you mean.
Yeah, because of Oath.
Right. Oh, we have 2 Fealty. Oh, we have to make both of these Draconic.
That's why this is so cool.
Oh, that's really cool. That's super sweet. Oh, that's Fealty tokens are really, really cool. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing your vision.
And then I like sending the head jab, because if they want to ignore the head jab, maybe try to block out a different mask, you get to juice them with a Blaze Headlong for 5.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so this will hit. Okay, so we'll pop a Fealty. Firestrike. I presume this is going to get blocked, but maybe not. I do like how Damien. I do like how he's being very patient with his allies.
That makes sense.
I think his goal here is just to kind of lower the health and then flood the board and like get cards from us, and then we can't clear. I think that's his win con. So we need to play around that slightly. Okay, so so we have to send the Headlong here.
I think if you're able to resolve the Swarmongers and like leak the 6 damage, it's going to be hard for him to come back from the game, because you're going to be able to present lethal in the following turn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, interesting block there, trying to mess up our MOM here.
Oh, he thinks he's going to Mask of Momentum. Unfortunately, it's a lot worse. That could be a Warmonger.
Yeah. The Draconic Warmongers. Bolton and Fang had a meeting.
Yeah.
Bolton and Fang had a meeting. War. All right, he chose peace, so I guess he's going to develop his board this turn. And we have a... Oh, we don't have a Fealty right now, so this is maybe a little bit hard for us to clear. All right, there comes Chum. This guy is the guy with Taunt, so we have a pretty decent way of clearing this. We have Oath into...
Oh, but our hand's still really cool. We might not be able to play the first tenant, but you can still do like Oath, Ember, Phoenix Lava.
Yep. And we're just gonna have to send 7 damage at the Chum. So he's deployed these 2 guys together. If you don't have the correct hand, can be very, very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, it can be really annoying to deal with, for sure.
Yeah. So let's just start off with Oath, which is actually interesting because we didn't have anything pop at the beginning of our turn. We could actually just directly go after the Sawbones if we want to. But I don't think that's correct.
I wonder.
That's actually interesting. We could just go directly after him. We also could just go for him. I don't
know if I want to go after him. I'm trying to figure out how we clear these allies while also drawing off mass. I think you can. It just might involve pitching the Fire Tenant to like... Yeah. It's weird.
So do you want to go after
'Cause we, like, don't
Sawbones
have
or
enough
Chum
damage.
first? That's actually the main decision here.
I think it might start with Chum.
Because we have 4, 3, 1, 6. So I think we have to clear this guy first because he messes up all of our math.
Yeah.
I think
I was also particularly interested in using the boots to get another Emberblade swing to help clear another Chum. And, like, you might be intellect penaltying a card because we can't play the Fire Tenant because of when you draw off the mask.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's just clear the Sawbones first. Yeah. We also have the Shuko, which was the Shuko was never triggering until the very end here. Okay, so he's dead.
Mhm.
Okay, so now how do we get a mask momentum trigger here? So we go Emberblade.
Yeah, Emberblade, and then the Phoenix Flame will trigger the mask.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Okay, so Emberblade targeting left Chum. Pitch this. And let's see what we draw. Now we don't have Tunic. That's actually making things a little bit awkward. Because now we have to pay. We have to pay for the flame.
The boots will be free, but yeah, we'd have to pay for the Emberblade.
Yeah. Okay, so flame into. Let's see. Well, we have 6 damage here, so I guess it doesn't matter what we just send it at this. I guess it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we draw.
Head jab off the top would be pretty sick.
Better than head jab. Okay. So we could clear the whole board now by going Blaze Headlong into the other guy and Dragonflight. We didn't block with this. This is something Damien told me to do. Is he's like, you never know when you're gonna use this, so you got to block with it earlier.
Yeah. Like, we didn't know we were gonna have to use them on this turn. Or I guess we don't even have to. We would have to, I think, if they had tapped the other Chum. You would, like, Lava Burst Boots and then kill the other one.
Okay, so we can. So we have 4, we have 3, and we have 6. So we send 4 at face, 3 at this, 6 at this.
We can't play the Fire Tenant. Don't forget, we're under oath.
We have to pitch. Yeah, we have to pitch the Fire Tenant for the Emberblade. So we have 4, we have 3, and we have 6.
Well, we could Arsenal him now, right? Because we're clearing both. We could just go, like, clear the 2 health, clear the 6 health.
That's actually much safer because he could cause us to taunt. Yeah. So you want to send the 4 at the 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah, that's actually
I was worried
much safer.
Yeah.
Like, going after his face.
Like, after the Phoenix Flame hit him, because then it would make things really awkward. But because you drew the Blaze, if he had taunted, you just, like, Lava Burst the 6 health, and then boots the Lava Burst, and then kill the 2 health.
Yep. Okay, so now we have a clean clear on this.
The other guy, yeah.
And then we can Arsenal this for next turn, and think we should be okay. He's got full tempo right now.
Yeah, we seem like we're in a very good spot.
Yeah, he's got full tempo right now. So 3, he reveals a golden tipple, so he has 5 resources. Oh boy. So he hasn't played a blue out yet, but I presume he's going to be able to. All right, let's see. What does our turn look like? We don't have a draconic card, or we don't have a fealty, so this isn't live. So
That's okay. We got Rising.
Yeah. Okay, we got Rising. So we can play all these out. So we actually have an extra blue on this hand, but I guess we don't need to use it yet. We don't have to block yet, so I think we just take this in case he sends something annoying. Maybe we have to jam our armor.
I might be interested in blocking with boots this turn.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. Okay, so he's going to get a Swabby out. Yeah, okay. There's Call to the Grave, getting 2 guys out now. Into the graveyard. Maybe he even goes for the action point one.
Oh, we could do that too. No, it's just Chum.
Yeah, he went for Chum.
There's some cool things we can do with our Tunic counter. By making an extra resource, we can activate Boots and then go Blade this turn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so this does not have go again. So this is just vanilla 7. So definitely want to block with the boots. We do have an extra blue, so we can block with one of these blues. So
Curious if maybe we want to set. We can present lethal.
yeah, this is the
It
turn
does
where we
proc
kind of have
Suko,
to.
so it's like a 0 for 2, kind of.
Mhm. All right, let's plan our turn out a little bit. So we will have an extra resource. So we could probably use a. Oh, we don't have a 4 power thing. We have a 3 power thing that can make something
That
4
makes
power
us.
thing. So we can actually
Yeah.
go like. I think we need to attack him first because we want at least one chain link. Then we could get chain link 2, 3 on Swabby pretty easy. Oh, he has 3 health. Never mind. It's hard. I'm trying to think about how to get MOM, and it's actually probably pretty hard.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. Huh.
Yeah, I think we just block like this and kind of go from here. Yeah, I don't see how we're gonna get MOM actually. But if we think from his perspective, like if we send something at face, he doesn't have to block it. It's the second thing we send at his face he has to block. Okay, so
Maybe it's like you could rising at him.
yeah,
And then if you wanted to present the mask at a break point, you could go fire tenant at the Swabby, I think. And then swing like a blade.
Yeah.
For 4.
The blade wouldn't get the MOM, but yeah.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I think we still start with this. I don't see any other way to really do this.
Yeah.
It could go this into this, which is also fine. I think starting with this is actually ever so slightly better because this way we're sending 2 on hits. The other way we're only sending 1 on hit.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, he did not block the. Oh, this is not an on hit. This is just happens. Okay, but this still looks scary. Potentially.
Yeah, because you present the rising resentment on 4, and like he knows if he takes it, then we'll trigger mask on the ally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Indirectly, this is presenting 2 odd hits. It's just they're both on this one. Yeah. Okay, so there's the back alley break line I kept referencing. Okay, so sure. So now what? I think we go Ember Blade, Phoenix Flame, and then if he doesn't block both of those, we get a MOM trigger on Swabby.
So we can't Tunic and do the boots line because I think the Phoenix Flame will cost 1, but maybe that's okay.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Sure.
Let's just go with the Ember Blade and see what happens here.
Yeah.
So we're restarting our combat chain line. So if he takes this, which he did, so we have only 2 chains. So we're gonna have to pay for this. The Dragonflight still works because it only costs. The sword will only cost 1, and we'll have 3 Draconic chain links to discount it. So it actually is okay. It actually works okay.
I see.
So we have that. So now we send an annoying 1 damage that says if you let this hit, we will draw.
Oh yeah, okay, this is a lot better.
Yeah, this
and then you can just.
Yeah,
I see.
So now we can lava at the Swabby. Draw. Sure, it doesn't matter here. Okay, so we have a brand. We can also send that at face or just arsenal it. There's
they can't conk us because they don't have any gold or anything. So I'd be down to arsenal him.
Yeah, I was just about to look at the card a little bit. Yeah, it costs 4, and yeah, We also have an armor if we want to throw it. Okay, so here we could go sword and or tunic and swing this. I think is. I feel like
The sword would cost 2.
the sword would cost. Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. You're right. I made this mistake last. This only discounts the
You're good.
the
Yes,
activation
it will
cost,
discount itself.
but
yeah.
it doesn't discount this. Yes. I made that mistake in the other game as well.
You're all
I
good.
used this with Fang, and I'm like, oh yeah, your swords are just free. You just get to attack again with it. It's like no. All right, so I think just
Free Emberblade would be pretty sick.
Yeah. Okay, I think just arseling this is probably better because then we have extra
that
ways
makes
to
the most
clear
sense.
the board, and then we always have like an extra attack if we always need it. So we could go 6 wide instead of sending 4-card
I'm
hands.
pretty
sending a
sure
6
he's
card hand.
dying next turn.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Whoa.
It was spreading plays. Yeah. Oh boy. If he puts out an ally, this could be disastrous for him.
That means we get massive momentum with spreading flames. Sounds great.
That sounds wonderful. All right, he's gonna play out the chum. Gonna attack for 6 or 4. Sorry. Okay. I mean, our hand looks beautiful to me.
Yeah, this looks gorgeous.
Yeah. So, how do we maximize the damage here? So we have a tunic as well. So we can go spreading flames, ember blade, spreading flames, and then these would get buffs, and the Phoenix Flame would also get a buff, and that costs 1, 2, 3, 4. We have
like everyone's getting.
Yeah, I think we're good. So
yeah, we're always taking this. I think it's a question of if you start with spreading flames at him, because if he takes the spreading flames, then we get to farm a mask of momentum off of Chum.
Yeah, and even if he activates Chum, like we have so many 3 + 3 = 6, so it doesn't even matter. So
yeah.
Okay, so let's just start with the spreading flames at him. We could have tunic there to hide information. That might have been better. Okay, so he's blocking there. Okay, so now we can just go blade and spreading flames at this guy, and then these will come in at breakpoints. So I think, is that mathematically the best way to use his hand?
You could go Emberblade at the Chum.
In order for 3 power attacks to get buffs, it has to be chain link 4. And this is 3, this is 3. So this would be chain link 2, chain link 3, chain link 4. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
We could also keep playing this game where we try to get a mask momentum trigger off of Chum and then send the next thing at his face again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to Emberblade into him.
I had to think more about it, but it might make sense.
I think that actually might make more sense because spreading flames.
Yeah, we have so much damage in hand. Yeah,
we have so much damage in hand that the Phoenix Flame would come in for 3, and then the Emberblade comes in for either way.
This Emberblade is for 3, and then the spreadings is for 3, but you're sending 2 head jabs for 5.
Yep. Okay, so I think Emberblading at him is correct here.
Yeah.
I can't believe the most basic hero of the game has so much sequencing. It's actually crazy. Okay, so now we can spreading flames into him. Or sorry, into him being Chum.
Yeah. I agree. I like doing the spreading flames into Chum, and then the Phoenix Flame will be for 3. So you get the perfectly clear the Chum, and then send 10 at him.
Yep.
Make sure you tunic that guy.
Oh. Okay. Double spreading
you said
flames.
massive on a 5. Sounds sick.
Yeah. Seems good. Yep. And then Does it matter? Literally doesn't matter which one, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 7-10, no matter which way we chop it.
Yeah,
It's just, are they blocking the mask or are they getting cooked?
Yep. Oh, they blocked the mask.
Blocking.
If they didn't block the mask, they'd probably just like literally explode.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they would literally
You'd be
die
like
because
that. You'd hit a lava burst off the top.
yeah. If they didn't prevent the mask and we draw blue, they die instantly to this.
Oh yeah,
and
they
this.
die to a blade for 5 as well.
Yep. Okay, that felt really good.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Let's go. It's a handful of head jab.
Let's go. Look at this hand. We even have a fealty for it. How perfect.
We don't even need the fealty for that guy.
No, because we can make. Yeah, we don't even need to because we have 3 draconic attacks. So I guess we start with this because I've learned that we want this to be the second chain link. Start with the vanilla head jab always. Yeah, start with the vanilla head jab always.
Dude, we're almost Aurora. It's only a 4-card 15.
Yeah, we're almost.
Could have been a 4-card.
We almost did it. We almost did it. All right, so Rising Resentment.
Oh, there's some cool ordering too here. Yeah, you can kill them with a Phoenix Flame.
Yep.
Sounds sick.
Yep. We don't even need to make this draconic because we have enough chains.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just dead. He doesn't have a 3-block. Good game. We did it.
FAI is the format savior. You heard it here first.
Yep. If I could play FAI, so could you.
Hello, Damien.
Hello.
Hello.
Double spreading flames, pretty good.
No, you won because of your 2 warmongers.
Yeah, the warmongers were. Those were.
If you didn't, the first warmongers stopped you from getting absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, we saw
and
that.
And the second one also stopped you from getting absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, you had a Vasti and Give No Quarter with the stocked graveyard.
I think there was a Rum on board too.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, guys, let's do a little bit of a recap here. Kyle in the chat is asking, what percentage do we think Josh is running FAI at? I don't know. That's a good question. Let's ask you guys here. Damien and Swifter, what do you guys think?
You're doing all right.
I did okay.
I'd say it's at like I'd say it's at like 70, 80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put it at the same range.
Okay, that's not too bad for literally 6 games of CC5. Okay, we'll take it. Okay, Damien, can you please? How do you want to do the reveal of the checklist? How do you want to do that? Do you want to say whether I passed or failed, or do you want to go through each one and add them? Okay,
Here,
you got one.
I'll send you it.
Okay. Let's do that, and we can take a look at that. Okay, so. All right, so I see. All right, so okay, this is a lot of bullet points here. Okay, the first one was break mask for 7 plus value. We got that one. 1 point. Win a game by never blocking with the card. That seems hard.
You did block a card. You did block a card. Yeah. We never played the aggro mirror.
Yeah. So that's actually interesting because like one of the games would have been aggro mirror generally. Win 1 game versus fatigue. We didn't play against DGA.
We didn't get to play against Decimator. No.
Yeah. That is like a fundamental thing you have to be able to do. So that generally just involves getting a flame back on their turn, flame, ember blade, flame, and you just chip in damage that way. I presume that's what you mean, right?
Well, you just need another Phoenix Flame loop.
Yeah. Which is get a Phoenix Flame on their turn, get a Phoenix Flame on our turn. And then flame, blade, flame. Okay. Properly use brand fealty once. Okay, yes. We definitely used the fealty correctly. That was a good play that Swifter told me about, is using the fealty to make the warmongers
Draconic warmongers.
while we were under oath of loyalty. I was like, oh my god. Draconic warmongers, let's go. Okay, so we got 2 out of 4. Go in 2 entire games in a row without fucking up Oath of Loyalty or Ignite. Check. Okay. I know how to play Oath of Loyalty, sort of.
We passed the bozo check.
Yeah. Force lethal with Phoenix Flame. Never happened, but, close.
It was close. I mean, we did win a lot of games.
Yeah. Indirectly, Phoenix Flame got a lot of pressure there. Let's see, what else? Play 2 chain enders in 1 turn. So that we never got to go burst, or burst
salt, or salt tenacity, or burst tenacity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next one is have 1 game with 14 plus EV. We did have a 15-point EV game, so we got there. Block a critical on hit by jamming armor and then win. That is actually just a fundamental thing in Flesh and Blood often, is like using your armor correctly and then crack back, get tempo, and don't give it away. So we got that one. Don't miss a flame for the entire game. I think we did pretty well using the Phoenix Flame. Phoenix Flame is kind of like Braveforge Bracers. A little bit. Get maximum value on a Spreading Flames on a full hand. Yep, we did have a 5-card Spreading Flames. We had a double Spreading Flames. Get 5 value out of Rake over the Coals. We got there. Use Loyalty Beyond the Grave to play a large hand. We only boarded it in once, and we got our butt kicked by Arachne. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 of them. That's not too bad, guys. I don't think.
Bro, he passed FAI school.
He passed FAI school.
FAI school.
Do you think he can pass Ira school?
Well, the Ira deck is going to be more complicated because we have Edge of Autumn, right? Most likely.
Oh, we're not playing.
We're not playing Edge of Autumn. Even the Armory deck is coming out in 9 days.
No? The Vengeance cards have to be real good for me to play this Autumn card.
All right. Well, depending on what the exact cards from the Ira Armory deck look like, we might be playing some very janky version of Ira. So now I do have experience with Ira. I have played Ira in Blitz quite a bit. I have not played CC Ira, but I actually started the game with Blitz Ira. So that will be interesting. We will do that probably in 2 weeks. So the flow that we're trying to go for is we can have like a 0 to 60 episode, then we have a Warrior stream, and then we have a 0 to 60 episode, and kind of go back and forth there. So that's kind of the what we're trying to do here. All right, so yeah, so something that we haven't really done. I haven't really looked at chat yet, but I hope you guys in chat kind of enjoyed that. That was the game has a lot more depth than I thought, and even decks like FAI, I was like, oh man, there's like a lot of there's a lot of like fundamentals of Flesh and Blood that you can like pull from to. Yeah, very, very interesting. I'm actually surprised that I enjoyed that. Did I enjoy that as much as playing Warrior? I mean, it wasn't bad. It felt a little bit like, Bolton, but better.
You didn't have to charge. You didn't.
I didn't have to find ways to have go again. We only had 1 brick hand out of 6 games or 5-6 games. When we played the second Warmongers, we had like no starter, and you sent the CNC at us, and we're like, okay, let's just block and play Warmongers.
The no starter, blue, head jab that needs chain link.
Yeah. That was our
You
head.
definitely had a start. You definitely had a starter when you blocked my CNC because I said, "Oh, he's blocking with Art of Dragon and he has a fealty token." That's very interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna kind of wrap things up there. Big shout out to Damien and Swiffer for helping me out with this. This is very last minute for you. I know. Sorry about that, but I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, we have Nathan will be streaming tomorrow talking about the suspense stuff. Then this weekend, Nathan and I will be casting the Hong Kong National Championship. So go eat your, if you're in the US, go eat your burgers and hot dogs and come tune in late on July 4th for that. We're going to be covering both days and all that. So that should be really good fun. It'll be right here on the channel. So you guys know where to find that. All right. Well, this has been Josh Lau and Damien and Swiffer. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.